right, welcome back, watch fans. We got an exciting episode for you today. Let me pull this up. Where is this? Where is this? There we go. There we go. We got today. We're reviewing a really interesting collection. This is the latest in our brutal watch collection review series. We got today is this guy. Todd Levin, a big mover and shaker in the art business. He has ascended bigly. He went from being a tomato can to ultra heavy hitters, but in this weird niche of these independent brands. Recepi, Roger Smith, and what's his name? George Daniels. Yeah, unbelievable but true. Roger Smith, George Daniels. Now, it's fascinating. This guy basically, all of a sudden, about 8 years ago, he just decided, you know what? I want to get into watches. I'm going to skip. The journey, the journey of basic bitch watches, Rolex, Submariner, Man on the Moon, Omega. No, I'm just gonna go, straight to, the rarefied, ultra top end of the market stuff, which is really almost impossible to get. And this is where this guy's ended up. I think he only has like 5 watches. I mean, the whole collection is 5 watches. 5 watches. I think it's 5, maybe 6, if I'm not mistaken. But they're all heavy hitters. They're all like, mid 6-figure, right? Like mid 6-figure watches. No Patek, no Vacheron, no Rolex. Only. Oh, look at this. Is there a video here? What happened here? We'll try and play this video here. Here we go. There's the wrist roll. Look at this. The Oldster. This guy's like 65 now. Look at this. He's got the white hair. The white hair matching the white crocodile. What kind of alligator? Is that an alligator? It looks like it might be like that Himalayan. Some sort of exotic alligator or crocodile. I don't like that strap. I think it's cut on the wrong. I don't like that strap at all, actually. A light color, though, does work well with that watch. What is it? White? I'm assuming it's white gold, right? Oh, matte crocodile, off-white. Yeah, I don't like this. Oh, no, excuse me. Wait, is this platinum? Fleek. I was using the buzzwords. The Fleek. RWS platinum deploy. Yeah, that's actually, you know what? That's actually pretty interesting. Look at that. Roger Smith, you would think, he's got that Breguet vibes, the old Oldster. He's got the Oldster vibes. He's actually Auramaxing. He's Auramaxing with his buckle. That's a very, that's a pretty modern. Look at that. I think you push him in and it pops open. That's how it works. Look at that. That's a cool watch, no? I mean, not my taste. Would I ever wear this? Not in a million years. I really don't understand the concept of these tomato can watches. I think I actually did a video. I did a whole video on George Daniels and Roger Smith insulting Roger Smith and all the English watch collectors. They went crazy. They went crazy over there in Bukyakistan over there. Absolutely, yeah. It's one of these. It's George Daniels is considered like the I don't know what's the a semi deity in the high in the high horological. So this is like a $500,000 watch right here, right? I mean, think about this. For this watch, you could buy 50 Rolex Submariners. Would you rather have like the Archie Luxury collection with 20 of the same Calatrava and 20, Submariners, or would you rather have this? I don't know. Let's understand this journey, because this is actually quite interesting. So just to give you a little bit of context. So this guy is a art advisor. Okay, so what is an art advisor? Basically, this guy works with, it's funny. When I was in the art business, I never really, I heard of the guy kind of, but he's really it's not really my universe. This guy works at the very high end, like really 7, 8 figures and up paintings, and I guess other stuff. Apparently, other stuff. So, but apparently, guys, I would say it's kind of like if you're like a hedge fund guy, or Russian oligarch, you got, like, I don't know, couple $100 million you want to put into art, and you really don't know what to do, or you're very busy, and you kind of like, you have a specific thing you want. You basically hire this guy, and essentially he's your advisor. He helps you get well, actually, no. Okay, so here's the thing. I really hate most art advisors. The art advisors are really like the bottom of the barrel. It's kind of like realtors. You ever deal with these realtors or real estate brokers? It's like the bottom of the barrel, like 98% of real estate brokers, realtor, completely useless. They're absolute garbage. They're like car sales, totally worthless. 2% of them are highly knowledgeable and actually are value add. I think this guy's actually that value add guy. He actually knows his stuff. If I'm not mistaken, he started off actually as an art restorer in Florence back, I don't know, in the 70s, working on old master paintings. So well, if you're talking about old master paintings in Florence, you're talking about Renaissance paintings pretty much. I think that's what he was doing, right? So you really gotta. That's a very interesting thing to work on. That type of restoration, you really, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. This guy has seen like 1 billion images probably. So this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. What happened is, so basically, I think he started off, I actually don't know. I have no idea what he was doing. Like, he's been around for a long time. From what I understand, he was an art restorer in the 70s. And I don't know. He started somehow. He got into. He was maybe a curator at some contemporary. But I think his specialty really, maybe he was also a lot of contemporary stuff. See, the problem with contemporary art, it's kind of like the watch game, right? So with contemporary art, like if we're talking about like hot artists, you can't get it because it's kind of like Rolex, right? Except it's worse because the guy may only put out 20 paintings a year. The guy might only create 20 paintings a year. There's a demand for 100 or whatever it is. There's a much more demand, right? And the gallery, they don't want to sell to some random tomato can because they know they're worried that you're going to flip the painting because the thing might go for, let's call it, I don't know, 30 grand for a young guy, which is okay, 30 grand. But the secondary market for that thing might be 200, right? That's what these guys do. They flip these paintings, or they send them to auction. They send them to Phillips right away, and there's a whole game, right? So what happens is these galleries that work with these artists, they don't want to do that because it actually could ruin the guy's career, right? If all of a sudden you got a bunch of these flippers, it's like Rolex flippers, right? They pile in. And they run a pump and dump, and then all of a sudden the price collapses, and the artist basically, it kind of ruins the market for the artist. That's happened actually with a lot of artists back in the day. It used to happen like in the 80s, 90s. I don't really follow the contemporary stuff today. Like I don't understand a lot of these guys. But anyway, so basically, like I think basically you hire this guy, and it's essentially he greases the wheels so that he tells them, oh yeah, this guy's legit. You can sell the painting. He's not going to flip it. It's kind of like, imagine if this guy walks you into the Patek boutique and says, hey, you could sell him the Aquanaut. He's not going to flip it. He's legit. That's basically what the guy does, right? To some degree. Or he looks at the watch, tells you if, okay, has the dial been restored? That type of thing. Anyway, let's look at the collection. So this guy is actually a very knowledgeable guy. This is a very knowledgeable guy. Let's look at the art he sold. This is a great painting here. I love this, Peter Bruegel. So this is a Dutchman urinating in the lake. This is what the Dutch people do. What is it called? Peter Brageley Younger. Piss alt. We gotta get our friend. What's his name? The Baron. Baron von Noob. He could translate this. Piss alt tegen de mine. Tegen. I'm assuming it means some guy pissing in the lake. Nice little painting, right? This is tiny, 6 3/4 by 7 3/4. So he's showing some of the stuff he's played. But pissing at the moon. Oh, he translates it for us. Yeah, this guy writes long cataloging, long things here. It's pretty good. Pissing at the moon. Oh, the moon. Oh, that's the moon right there. I guess the moon is reflected in the water. The image literally illustrates a witty fashion the popular Flemish saying, "Whatever I try to do, I never succeed. I'm always pissing at the moon." Pissing at the moon. Pissing at the moon. By the way, look at the way the guy's coat is painted. Wow, that's pretty nice. I mean, that's there's like the gesture. It's all about the gesture. Is the painting that great? I don't know. But let's see. Oh, he's also, so this guy is basically, he's got the Ricchetti, which I hate this watch, but apparently, so here's what I would say this way. This guy ascended to a very high level. It's kind of like, with contemporary art or certain type of art, just because you don't understand it, you don't appreciate it, doesn't mean that there's not a market for it, right? Like to me, I think this is like whatever, very dull, but because these things trade really on the narrative, the story, right? So the story, people aren't buying the look, they're buying the story, right? They're buying the story that this guy is this great watchmaker, blah, blah, blah. Apparently he is. I don't know. I know nothing about like movements and the mechanics, whatever. Apparently the Ricchetti guy is like, the second coming, and he's like the next FP Journe or whatever. It's so basically people are buying that story. It's kind of like buying a concept art, right? You're buying concept art, and like, what is it? Like you're buying a white painting, and like, what the fuck is the point of this white painting? No, it's actually, there's a whole story to it. The guy who made the white painting, he had to do a lot of work to get to that point. That's the thing. The guy actually, to do a basic white painting is actually very, very complicated. Let me show you. He's got this guy, which also a guy I don't know. Actually, he shows a pic. Okay, he's got the, what's his name? Philippe Dufour. This guy, which I don't understand this guy. By the way, this is Robert Ryman's probably the best Robert Ryman painting I've ever seen. I really don't, he usually does these white paintings, like literally just white on white, and it's the whole thing. That's his thing. And it goes for, I think he's going for like 7 figures and up, Robert Ryman. This painting is actually a beautiful painting. It's more complicated than what it looks like. Much more complicated. I guess this is the equivalent of the Ricchetti watch, right? Like, I think this is an amazing fucking painting, right? And 99% of people say, oh, this is like, my kid could do that, or whatever. That's the way I feel about Ricchetti, right? So look at this. Look at the impasto on the thing. He's got the raw canvas. That's pretty interesting. That's an interesting close-up. Make sure that doesn't crack. Yeah, you got to be careful. Oh, it's a green frame. That is weird. Anyway, so this is a fucking beautiful painting. But that's like, so I think I made the explanation here. Oh, here's our good friend, Jeff Koons. So Jeff Koons, like, this is the 2 basketballs floating in the tank, right? In 2 basketballs floating in an aquarium. And I think this is going for, what is this? I think it's going into 7 figures now. It's going for big money. It's a concept, right? It's concept art. Jeff Koons, I mean, you could have gotten this in the 80s for, 10 grand, that's what it was going for. And it's an edition. It's not even original. It's an edition of 2 and 1/8. I think these are 7. I think they're in the 7 figures now. And what do you get? Basically, what you get is, I think that you get an aquarium, and they give you instructions on how to fill it up with water. No, but this guy actually, Jeff Koons, is a very, very sophisticated guy. Like if you see a sculpture, he does stuff which is supposed to be like the banal and basic consumer stuff. He had to do a lot of research to figure out how to get the basketballs to float perfectly in the middle. That's the whole thing. The basketballs are floating perfectly in the middle. Oh, so what is it? How did he do it? Oh, so here's what you get. This is the medium. So glass, steel, sodium chloride reagent, distilled water, and 2 basketballs. I'm assuming it's the sodium chloride reagent that makes the basketball float. I don't know, but there's something. He went through a whole thing. He went through a whole thing to get these basketballs to float, and that's what makes this, whatever. He also did something with vacuum cleaners in lucite. And then of course he does the sculpture now with the polished steel, which is goes for like $40 million. Interesting. I think I've told the story. Jeff Koons, he started off as a commodity futures broker in the 80s. I actually sat at his old desk. He worked at Siegel Trading at 50 Broadway. And I think when I got into that business, it was like in 1989. Yeah, it was 1989. So this is probably like 6 years after he left, 5 years after he left. But they told me, because I remember I read an article about this guy back then, and I asked one of the old people there at the firm, I asked him, hey, do you know this guy Jeff Koons? Did he work here? He said, oh yeah, he sat at this desk. And he was a great salesman. This guy was an amazing salesman, and he loved to eat chicken. This is what they told me. He loved to eat fried chicken, and he was an amazing salesman. He was like, and the guy is an amazing salesman. If you ever watch videos with Jeff Koons, this guy spins a story like you wouldn't believe. And that's part of the whole thing. That's why people pay millions of dollars for Jeff Koons, because they're buying the concept, just like they're buying the concept with this Bukyak, George Daniels. What's the point of George Daniels? I don't get it. It's like I did a video on this 2 years ago. I insulted all of England. I said, this guy is basically fighting, the last war. This is Breguet, what Breguet was doing 200 years ago. Breguet won that war. Why is he doing this? Whatever. Look, the guy's a great watchmaker. He really is. He does innovations. He really does move stuff. You got to understand the movement. His innovations is with the movement. He makes all the watches by himself. You got all the guilloche, the whole blah, 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 And that's what 500 grand on the wrist looks like. So this is very interesting, right? This is a whole vibe. It's a vibe. We got the Duke. I want to like George Daniels, Josh Shapiro, but I think George Daniels, I would say okay, so George Daniels is probably like the more I don't know. It's kind of like impressionist art, right? You want to buy the first wave, right? Or like the guys who are part of the original movement, whatever it was, Manet, Monet, etc. And not the guy, or even Boudin, and not the guys who came 30 years later, like Georges d'Espagnat or whatever. I mean, it's a huge difference in price. One guy goes for 20 million, the other guy goes for 20 grand. I mean, it's an order of magnitude difference. I think Josh Shapiro is basically like a third. He's like a retread. He is, I would say, more of the retread. It's basically like you're buying it's basically you're buying into the thing. The guy makes the watches in America. He does it by hand. He customizes it for you. He puts your name on it or something. It's kind of like, okay, it lets you be a patron of the artist. You have a direct relationship with the watchmaker. It's a whole thing. It's I don't get it. I don't get it. Saatchi. Yeah, that's what happened with Saatchi. Yeah, Saatchi. Saatchi wasn't really a flipper. I mean, he was really just a guy who liked buying, and sometimes he had to sell. I mean, like you just, how much can you hold? It wasn't with bad intent. Saatchi, brilliant guy, Saatchi. The two brothers. I forgot which one was buying the art. I'm not sure which one. There was two brothers. I forgot which. Charles. I think Charles was the art guy. Or Maurice. I don't know, but they were great. I mean, these guys really, They did a great job with advertising. I remember they had a building in Tribeca, like in the late 80s, and they just moved there. This was before everybody started moving to Tribeca, before it was Tribeca Maxing. They were on, I think, was it West Street? No, it was, what the hell was it? It was like it was like far west. It was like a brand new building that was built, and probably the first brand new building in like 80 years there. And he had these amazing Frank Stella, I call them paintings. They're like the reliefs, whatever, the 3D things. It was amazing. Frank Stella, yeah, the Frank Stella there. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get into what has he got here. We'll go through the collection, but here's what I think is fascinating. What's interesting is, look, you realize the guy is, so why is he buying these watches? Why is he not buying Rolex like a normal human being, or Patek? I think, well, apparently I saw this video he did with Hodinky. Maybe we should watch the video. The guy just went from 0 to 100, like out of the blue. He just, he talks about how his father started collecting watches like a couple of years before he died. And after his father, passed away, he somehow got into it. He gave him a bunch of books or whatever, and he really did a deep dive, and he got into this. Like, I think his first watch was the George Daniels, and this was this is before the whole watch hype started. This is like 2018 roughly. But I'm thinking it's kind of smart, right? Because what he's doing is, you got to realize his customers are basically billionaires, right? Oh, there he is. He takes these pictures. Senior Citizen Day. He turned 65 6 weeks ago. Happy birthday, Todd. So basically, look, he's dealing with billionaires, right? That's his customer base primarily, right? Or, guys are worth at least a couple $100 million. So you can't show up wearing a Patek. You got to have something in which, this is like the ultimate billionaire mogging watch, right? Because even if you're a billionaire, you can't. It's very hard to find this. This is not like a Patek. It's not like Richard Mille. It's not like an AP. This is like real, and it's very low key. It's very subtle. This is like quite luxury. He's quite luxury maxing. This is like basically quite luxury, right? Like ultimate under the radar type of thing. Like, so it's like, I guarantee you, like, I think like Steve Cohen, like, the hedge fund guy, the billionaire guy, multi-billionaire. I think this was one of his clients. I think he did one of the big hedge fund guys I know he worked with some time back. So imagine this, he's meeting the guy, they're talking paintings, right? And the Steve Cohen is wearing, I don't know, he's wearing his Patek. He's meeting with Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman, big watch collector. Bill Ackman is wearing his Patek Nautilus perpetual calendar. He thinks it's a hot watch, and it's a beautiful watch. It's the only Nautilus to buy, right? But Bill Ackman is wearing his 5740. He thinks he's a big deal, and this guy rolls up with his George Daniels, and Bill Ackman doesn't know what a George. I guarantee you, well, maybe he does, probably does, but. He looks at it, wow. It's kind of like the ultimate FU, right? Like, this is like an under the radar. Basically, that's what this is. That's what this is. It's the billionaire mogging watch. That's the billionaire mogging watch. I think I don't know if that was a strategy, but that's the ultimate power move, right? You show up to Bill Ackman's house. Bill Ackman's got his basic bitch Patek, and you got a George Daniels. I mean, you can't. How are you going to one-up him? What are you going to have, a rare Patek? And no, you can't. It doesn't work that way. Because even if you have like a vintage Patek, whatever, you have like a $5 million Patek, whatever, or something, it's basically the value of that Patek is purely based on the, as an antique. It's a whole different ballgame. It's a very, very interesting thing. By the way, this guy's also it's not playing it. He's also architecture maxing. He's got a Frank Lloyd Wright house. It doesn't have a waterfall, So I mean, I don't know. What do you do? I mean, how do you buy a Frank Lloyd Wright house without a waterfall? Like, I mean, what's the point of that, right? Like, but okay, he's got he's got the Frank Lloyd Wright house. I mean, it's in New Jersey of all places. Oh, you know what's interesting? The guy actually, I think he moved to Vegas, or he's in Las Vegas part time. That's weird. I mean, this guy lives not too far from me, I think, which is crazy. It's just crazy. Like, what is he doing in Vegas? I don't know. Here we got some late Willem de Kooning. Late. I think this is going to come back. This late Willem de Kooning. Like, this was considered garbage, but I think it's going to have a re-rating. The late, because it's I think this is when de Kooning had Alzheimer's. I think he was getting Alzheimer's, I think, at this point. But I think these paintings are very like free floating. This is like very very spontaneous. Oh, look at this. Yeah, this was no joke. Oh, he says the artist was notorious. This guy did a lot of paintings. He says in 1980 completed less than 10 to his satisfaction. The entire fluid space. Yeah. It's what do you call it? Lyrical abstraction? I'm calling this lyrical abstraction. He moved from action painting to lyrical abstraction is what I would call it. So what else we got here? Elizabeth Payton. I don't get this shit. This is like this 90s contemporary art. Oh, this is Oasis, the Gallagher brothers. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay. Always a pleasure to see artwork I placed long ago eventually return to market. I remember accessing this work in 1998 for $12,000. And last night at Sotheby's, it brought $1,920,000. Whoa. That's not bad, right? That's a crazy move. That's a 1,000x return. This was 12 grand in 1998. Elizabeth, I vaguely remember Elizabeth Payton was she one of those British artists, the young British artists. Yeah, I never understood those people. I don't like, I don't know. Is it a great painting? I mean, it's an okay painting, pretty good. Yeah, it's the concept. Anyway, so here's a subtle flex. This is the subtle flex. Basically, he got this painting for his client for 12 grand. It was in the primary market. It was probably right at the gallery, right? That's probably, that's what like young artists were going for. 10 grand was the going price back then. Now it's like 30, 20, 30. So 12 grand, and now nearly 2 million. 2 melons. 2 melons. We got a Seiko guy here. Listen, this is an all-inclusive channel. We're all-inclusive here. Okay. So he's got the Ricchepi. He's flexing the Ricchepi again, which this is like, I mean, I don't understand this watch. This is like the watch you wear to like impress like watch nerds. Like Bill Sanders would have an orgasm if he saw that watch. He's got the arrow hands. I don't know. I mean, like, why can't this guy buy a Daniel Roth? It's not good enough for him. Oh, wait, hang on. He got more pictures. Wait, what is he? Okay, so we got, Claude Lalande. This is like every billionaire wants to have a Claude Lalande sculpture now. This is like Giant Apple in bronze. I mean, it's actually pretty cool the way the guy does these rounded shapes, and the bronze has like a certain, I don't know how he does it. It has like the certain soft buffed patina. It's a whole vibe. But this guy Claude Lalande was around for a long time. All of a sudden, he started ascending in the last like 10 years. Claude Lalande, he does those sheep. This is like every guy wants to have those sheep in this house. And the Claude Lalande has ascended bigly in the last like 10 years? Yeah, 10 years, in the last 10 years. He's been Oramaxing. Okay, he's got this concept art, small photographs, 92 foot. Like, this is a whole fucking concept. I mean, what do you do with this? What do you do with this? I don't understand this. Okay, I get it. Oh, he's got Joseph Cornell. He's got, this is plays okay, Joseph Cornell. The Colonel also has a Joseph Cornell. I think my Joseph Cornell is better than this guy's Joseph Cornell. Wait, this is what year is this? Cornell, 1958. Okay, mine is a little bit later. Oh, it's a box. I have more of a painting. Yeah, Joseph Cornell. So yeah, Joseph Cornell is got the Todd Levin stamp of approval. What do we got here? Oh, Raymond Pettibone. A lot of guys in California like this Raymond Pettibone, which I don't understand it, but this is like a very this is the type of painting you have in your house in Malibu, right? This is like a very this is a very like LA Malibu type of painting. They love this out there because they could relate to it. It's like a very tomato can. This Raymond Pettibone is actually a very serious guy. Like, it just looks very simple, but it's actually pen acrylic ink on paper. Wow, this is huge. 84 by 74 inches. This is gigantic. So 84, that's 7 feet. It's 7 feet tall by 6 feet. It's like, it's basically a giant wave. So the scale, right? The scale of it gives you the whole, I mean, this is like a, what do you call this? Wall power. This has wall power. The one thing you got to do with this is make sure you gotta have it in a room with no natural light. Otherwise, the light is going to fade this thing. But this is actually an amazing thing. If you saw this in person, you'd be like blown away. 7 feet by 6 feet. It's like a giant fucking wave. Okay, now he's got his Raymond Smith at the late afternoon ice cold brew at Vesta Coffee. Vesta Coffee. I think they have. I might run into this guy. And he's going to be. If I run into him, he's probably going to be very insulted that I was, I was dissing his collection. Yeah, this is a very cool. Yeah, the thing with the watch, I mean, this is like, this guy put a lot of thought into this. This Roger Smith is basically high concept. That's what this is. It's kind of like that Pettibone painting, right? Look at this. The Roman numerals are floating on this thing. It's a whole. I really don't get it. It's a nice watch. Honestly, I'd rather wear my AP Owl. Or the Rolex date with the baguettes. I know it's basic, but it's like, this is too. It's kind of like, it's like. I think it's like, I like a very simple. I just like a nice steak. I like a really good steak, good juicy steak. Maybe some steamed vegetable, asparagus, or some creamed spinach. Really well made, a nice glass of wine. That's it. I don't need to have like, molecular gastronomy and, high concept with, reduced sauce. I don't need that. So that's what, but I think some guys, they just get tired of that. They need like this. It's like they need, okay, so this is showing me the details. That's his Recepi. Somebody can explain this to me, this watch? More Jeff Koons. So this is the Jeff Koons from the late 80s. Oh, excuse me, early 80s. Early. So what is the concept there? I mean, he put two ads. Put 2 ads for Merit cigarettes in here. In these light boxes. So there's a whole thing there. Okay, so what's so again, it's this guy, he appreciates the concept. Okay, likely to refer to not only the emerging artist cynicism, but also the ambiguous response. Koons explained at the time, I don't seek to make consumer icons, but to decode why and how consumer objects are glorified. Yeah, that was the whole thing. I mean, that was the whole Jeff Koons like philosophy. He was like trying to do this whole high concept thing of how is it that consumer objects are I would say he's kind of like the next level beyond Andy Warhol, which is basically what it is, right? Andy Warhol like took consumer objects, soup cans, tomato cans, whatever, car crash scenes, and he made it into explaining why is it why is this like glorified in the American culture or something like that, right? And Jeff Koons took it to the 3D level, more modern, more postmodern, right? Pure concept. That's the idea. Anyway, what is this now? Probably also a couple $1 million, a couple 7 figures, right? You couldn't give this away. At one point in the 90s, this guy was dead. Jeff Koons' career was dead. He married an Italian porn star. And what happened? I don't know. We got to get. Let's see. Is the Duke available? The Duke. Let's send out an invite. Send out an invite to the Duke. Excuse me, the Marquis. The Marquis. We got the Marquis in the house. So, Henry Sawatau. Yeah. So this guy, see, he's done it. He does stuff across different categories, right? Yeah. It's got the American art, Hudson River School paintings. Hudson River School paintings are pretty much dead unless you have like, real top of the, which is this. I mean, this is pretty impressive. Yeah, but this is, it's kind of, again, it's like, like watches. This painting is like Rolex bubble backs. The Rolex bubble backs peaked in the late 80s, sometime around 1992. And the Hudson River School art, this stuff peaked also in right around then. Look at this, Las Vegas. The guy takes pretty good pictures. Not great pictures. I mean, these are like, not that great. Anyway, I mean, look at this. I mean, I've never seen one of these Roger Smiths in person, but now that we see the close-up, I kind of understand the appeal. I understand the thing, whatever. But I'm not paying $500 grand for this. Sorry. I need something, that does need explaining. There it is. This is the house. This is the Frank Lloyd Wright house. Hans Hofmann, late Hans Hofmann. I don't like this late stuff. Like, these were actually pretty cheap. I think these are like 50 grand. These type of Hans Hofmann, I think, were going for like 50 grand not too long ago. And now they've ascended bigly. Like, literally, I remember it was like 50 grand not long ago. I think now it's high 6 figures. This is this is a big heavy hitter. Heavy hitters. This is a late Marilyn Monroe, late Andy Warhol. Not his best period, but very colorful. Yeah, he's doing his own. Anyway, this is pretty cool. 1979 to 86. Yeah, the magenta. Yeah, this is fucking good. Look at this. That fluorescent green, the magenta. Wow. Jacob Lawrence. So this is stuff, I guess, that he's placed. Let's see. What do we got? More of the Recepi. More of the Smith. This guy's only got 5 watches. What do you? He's not gonna have. We're gonna be done with this review in 2 minutes. We could be finished. We could finish in the next minute. The guy only has 7 watches. This is like the Archie Luxury. Here we go. Now we're talking. You got the Dutch Golden Age for our good friend, the Baron van Noob. Ossius Beert, the Elder. 1615. Wow. These Dutch, these actually are ascending. The Dutch still lifes I think are going to make a big. They're actually a very strong market. Not that they've been weak, but it's like very surprisingly strong. It has a lot, excuse me, a lot of contemporary art bars are getting into this now. Look at the way he paints the glass. That's the mark of a master. The way they paint the glass, it's like transparent, translucent, or whatever, and you see the reflection of the light hitting it. You see the reflection of the window on the glass. That's basically the giveaway. It's the gesture and the way it reflects on the oysters, the light bouncing off the oysters. And he's probably got little bugs there. He's got little bugs somewhere. Yeah, he's got, no, what does he got? Yeah. Look at the reflection bouncing off the silver plate or pewter plate. I don't know what that is. The artist remained unknown until he was brought out of oblivion by Kurt Benedict's investigative essay in 1938 that caused Beert's still lifes to become very sought after by museums and sophisticated collectors. There you go. This guy was like, a great artist, but whatever, he fell through the cracks. And 300 years later, 300 years later, some crayon eater, window licker writes an essay on him, and all of a sudden, the market has an aha moment. The artist gets re-rated. This is what's going to happen with the Rolex Turnograph. It's going to be an aha moment. It's going to be re-rated. Also, you know what I think is good? The Patek dual time, the Patek Philippe dual time, travel time. You can get them for 20 grand now. It's going to be re-rated, just like this painting was re-rated. Look at this. Oh, we got the Netherlands again. This is where Baron van Noob lives. This is his tulips. This is Baron van Noob's girlfriend. Look at this. This is, I guess, Todd's date. They're having what are they? There we go. That's where Baron van Noob lives. There we go. They're eating the waffles. He's doing the food pictures. Let's see. This is my original invite card for the Times Square show, the art exhibit. So he did this show in 1980. I didn't know about that. I never heard of it. Was this so this guy must have known some of these artists we're dealing with now. 1980 in Times Square. You know what Times Square was like in 1980? Wow, this is very, very avant-garde. Look at this nice. This is a nice card. Actually, what's quite interesting. So this guy did a show for avant-garde artists, contemporary art, right? In Times Square, and basically in a middle of where all the peep shows were. And this is like in a abandoned building, but he did the invite on this. This is an expensive card. Is this engraved? This is like an engraved, blind stamped card. These are expensive to do. This is high class. Private reception, Times Square. This is What a contrast. Look at the contrast. You know, this very classy card with a very raw type of exhibit. So this is probably why he's into these watches. I hate this fucking guy, Gerhard Richter. This is pure garbage. I don't understand this Gerhard Richter. I mean, I think this is highly overpriced, but what do I know? Okay, he's got the watch at Art Basel. He takes, you see, when you wear this to Art Basel, I mean, you get respect, right? Because, all the other tomato cans are wearing like, a lime green, Richard Milles. They're all running around in their sneakers, their New Balance sneakers, and this guy shows up with the Roger Smith, and he mogs. He's like looksmaxxing and auramaxing and ascending. Here we go. More Dutch masters. Oh, this is De Heem, Jan De Heem. Big still life paint. He's got the birds. The birds are alive. They're not dead. Sometimes he's got dead birds. Snail. Look at the snail. You see, you see the light bouncing off the snail's shell? That's what this guy does. The light bouncing off the snail's shell. Like, only a master would think about that, right? Look at this beautiful painting. There we go. Oh, we can't play this video for some reason. Why is it not playing? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go through this quick here. We saw, there was a Keith Haring. 23 by 23. This is the Sumi ink on paper. Yeah. Oh, this is supposed to be Andy Warhol. This is actually an important painting. An important, like, little, I don't know, what do you call it, or paint. It is a painting. Why does he have the dollar signs? Because Andy Warhol loved money. Warhol loved money. He was money hungry, like you wouldn't believe. Rauschenberg, 1955, oil and paper. This is tiny, 11 by 14. This is actually very early important Rauschenberg, right when he was doing his thing. 1955. This is like the beginning. This is like, wow. This is like the beginning of the pop art thing. The Colonel sold a Robert Rauschenberg to a big gallery in Europe. So he does these little books for Tefaf. Okay. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that this guy has sold so many old masters and he's showing them, because, like, I thought he was more of like a contemporary modern art thing. I think he was dealing with Steve Wynn. I think he sold stuff to Steve Wynn. Abraham Mignon. I think he sold stuff to Steve Wynn. Oh, we got the Baron Red. Baron Red, hop on the program. We gave out the link. Hookers and gutter. and I only got about 20 minutes before my battery runs out on this laptop, and I'm not going to replace. Oh, I love these. The Gandhara Buddhas. These are great. This one is not that great, to be honest. This one is like I give this one a solid C. I give this one a solid C. I'd love to get one of these. This one is not that good. And I don't want the one I don't want the feet. They do these big feet. I don't want to see the guy's feet. You get these big feet. Like, I want to see just the halo and the head and the shoulder above the shoulders. I don't need the whole fucking thing. I got to find one of Osama bin Laden's friends to, Vegas. Look at this. This is crazy. Vegas. He's in Vegas now. This is his house in Vegas. My former home of past 34 years, I fly JetBlue to begin a new chapter as a Las Vegas resident. Still keeping the Frank Lloyd Wright House in New Jersey as my East Coast age. This is the mid-century home. This is the. It's wood. Good luck with that. Good luck with the wood house in Vegas. I mean, yeah, this is what they did back in the day. Oh, I think he's got a tennis court. I think he's got is that his tennis court on the side? Nice pool. He's got a nice pool set up over there. It's funny. I almost. Oh, hang on a second. Is that Baron? Hey, the Baron von Red.
Hey, Colonel.
What's happening? You got the Breguet? Are you rocking the Breguet?
No, not yet. I have to take the clasp in for service.
Are you looksmaxxing?
I am not. I'm working on a plan to get out of Portland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's I've been here almost 10 years, and I think it's just it's time to leave. It's Portland.
It's time to leave.
Portland's not for me. It's just I don't know. Like since the pandemic, like every year it keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh, really? It's getting even worse now? I thought it bottomed out.
Okay. In terms of like, I guess the local economy, things have been getting better. But in terms of, I guess, like people's mindsets out here, it's getting worse.
Oh, really? Like, what do you mean by mindset? Like, what does that mean?
They're becoming more ridiculous in how left they become. I guess this is just mostly the fringes, and then it's the people in the middle. They just don't care.
Wow, it's getting more left, like Marxist.
Yeah, it's the local politics out here is just crazy. It's like the city government has no money. Like they're running out of money, but they still want to do these like nonsense progressive programs.
Wow, are they going to have reparations for the black people?
You know what? It would not surprise me if someone proposed that. But something along that line. They recently, the city council, I guess, they passed some kind of like, I guess it's a city ordinance or something like that to ban foie gras. It's like they have nothing else better to do than to ban foie gras.
Wow, that's an insult to you because you're a big foodie, as they call it.
Yeah, I love foie gras. Foie gras it's delicious. It's like this, like when you get it in like a in like a pate form, it's this like rich, amazing, like I would say it's like a next level butter. That's how I would explain it.
Yeah, I've had. I think I've had it. I actually liked it. I don't even know if the one I had was. I think the one I had was probably average. I'm sure, like in a high end one is better. Like, is there a difference?
I don't think so. It's the preparation for it. I think is just very limited. There's other things that they can kind of accompany with it, but the base preparation is just. It's either they serve it seared, which I don't like, or they do some kind of pate form, which is my preferred method of having it.
The pate, I've had that. Yeah, I've had. So that was the final straw, right? As soon as they banned the foie gras, that's it. Baron Red is out.
Yeah, it's like out. You know, if you can't
backing up his Russian oligarch and moving on.
Yeah, I actually, when I went to see my folks 2 weeks ago, I packed some of my watches and then I dropped it off to my folks' house. So I don't have to worry about it when I move.
Where are you moving?
I'm gonna move in with my folks for like just a couple months while I either look for an apartment or like some kind of townhouse to buy.
Where in New Jersey?
Yeah, in northern New Jersey. Probably if they place me where I think they're going to place me, I guess assuming the transfer approval goes through, I'm going to be by the. Are you kind of familiar with northern Jersey or not really?
What is northern? Give me some cities. What's northern Jersey? Exactly?
Okay, I would say northern Jersey is anywhere north of the Raritan Bridge.
So I've driven through. I've driven through there, but I've never paid attention to like what is considered northern. I know South Jersey is considered like near Philadelphia, right? That's like,
yeah. But there's also places north. Okay, so if you look at Jersey, it's kind of like this is not an exact representation, but it's kind of got this like almost hourglass kind of shape, only because it pinches in a little bit in the middle. of the state. So that's kind of like the separator of north and south. It's just generally, on the Garden State Parkway, there's this bridge. It's called the Raritan Bridge. That's generally people consider the north-south divide.
Oh, okay. Wait, that it doesn't. Okay. So where are you gonna move?
If you're kind of like, if you've been to Jersey a couple times, there's a place called the Short Hills Mall, and there's that's just like a famous high-end mall in northern Jersey. So about like a 10-15 minute drive from there, there's this town called Morristown. So I'll probably
Morristown. That's a nice place. I've been in Morristown a long time ago.
Huh, all right, yeah. So I'll probably be somewhere around there because my work is just like another maybe like 15-minute drive to the west of Morristown.
Okay, a lot of MILFs there.
Yeah, I bet.
Morristown. Wow, I haven't been there in a long. Yeah, it's a nice, charming area. I think Morristown is named after, I think, one of the revolutionary guys, right? George Morris or something.
Oh, perhaps I don't know the history of the town, but
Like Washington, something like Morris was like one of the generals or something, and he stayed there. There's like a lot of Revolutionary War history in that area.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the original 13 colonies, so the entire region, I guess, from you go north or south, is just
New Jersey is very underrated. I don't know why it gets a bad reputation. It has a lot of charming spots.
Yeah. Well, mostly because it doesn't really have any, like, I would say, major cities of its own. It's because you're either the suburbs of New York or Philly. That's most of what Jersey is.
That's right. Actually, you know what's actually an interesting place? I actually thought of moving there for like 2 minutes, like, I don't know, a long time ago. Jersey City.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's been they've been under development for like probably the past 20 years. There's still like rough areas, but there's a lot of development in there because a lot of the IT infrastructure for Wall Street moved out to Jersey City.
Oh yeah, no, it's all there. It's all across the water. And I remember there was a couple of nice apartment buildings, like they were brand new. You can get like a lot for your money there, and you had great views. Like, because the best views are from Jersey City because you see it's a beautiful view over the Hudson of Manhattan. Like, the sun, the views are amazing. The only thing is then you gotta take the path, or they didn't even have the ferry back then. They didn't have the ferry at that time. Now they got the ferry. It's a big, it's much better. But the path train is like, I don't like being underground. The subway is path. I don't. That's not for me. So I was like, hard pass.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this collection here? This is right up your alley.
Okay, so I am with the Marquis, Marquis Omar. That these are all just repeats of Breguet when they do the guilloche.
So why is this guy so like revered, this George Daniels guy? Like, why does he get such big prices? Explain this to me.
No, didn't I might be having him confused with someone else, but isn't he just by himself? Like, he's like some kind of accomplished watchmaker.
Yeah. I think he's dead. I mean, he died.
Yeah.
George Daniels, but I think maybe you got him with Roger Smith. Roger Smith is like, whatever, descent, protege or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't get into it. I don't really like. I never studied it. Like, it doesn't really get me going. But for whatever reason, these guys are like very respected in the horology world.
You know what? When you were talking about it earlier, I was thinking back to what you said about Basquiat, about how his contemporaries, he had contemporaries that were better than him, but for whatever reason, he was the golden child. He was the chosen one. So it's probably one of those situations.
Yeah. No, I think it's deeper. It's more. No, because it's different. Because with watches, there's not that many watchmakers. I mean, there's a lot of artists with the watches. Like, I mean, this guy did something. No, it's much more like there's not a lot of how many guys are making watches or were making watches, 20, 30 years ago. Not many. This is one of them. Oh, so this is the Frank Lloyd Wright house. This is what has he got? He's got a Calder Mobile. Okay, it's heavy hitter. Look at this. He's got the Joseph Cornell box. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got in the house there. This is the Bertoy. This thing makes the sounds. It's like a very mid-century, mid-century modern maxing. I think he collects vinyl records. What do you think of Richepi? Excuse me, this guy, Philippe Dufour. Do you like this guy?
Isn't that okay? Didn't he like he only had one hit, right? His watch was called something like the Simplicity or something like that. That was his one hit, and that was it.
This is it, right? Simplicity.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's so great about the watch. Everybody's like creaming all over Philippe Dufour.
I don't know. It is a good looking watch.
But I thought you'd be into it because this is like your type of thing. You like this kind of more Breguet vibe,
Yeah.
Stuff. But what, you wouldn't go for George Daniels?
No, okay. So for the Breguet, I like their enamel pieces. I'm whatever about the Guilloche.
That's like the worst. Yeah, it's like the worst.
Okay, no. So the reason I don't like the Guilloche is that it's too Guilloche is like for the most part it's irrelevant now. It's you can get like something that's pretty close to machine made, like handmade on the machine, and even stamping has gotten really good now, the stamping technology. So they can mass produce this. That's something, unless you have it side by side. If you're looking by itself, if you don't know exactly what to look for, like you wouldn't even know.
Right. But this is the real one. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting here. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a whole. The more I look at it, the more I appreciate what he's doing here with the hand. The hand has got the arrow. Yeah, it's it's just interesting the way that there is some of these watches are very, very like this Richepi. The Richepi. Why is the Richepi so big? Like, why is he so hot?
I don't know. Okay, so for him, I think I honestly I think it's just like it's a Basquiat situation. It's just like any other the small producers that make it big. There's like some kind of conspiracy by I guess the tastemakers that buy up all the stock.
There could be, but here's what I find interesting though, right? This guy's like a very serious guy. He's not a guy who like chases hype or like he's not like this is not a flex watch. He's apparently got very into the horology, and he's done he believes like for whatever reason like this is like a very important thing. Like he takes it very, very seriously. So that's what I find interesting. Like this guy because what I find his perspective is interesting because this guy's. Look, he understands. Look, I always said watches is kind of like art, fashion, design. It's all that. That's what that is. Mm-hmm. And this guy has a unique perspective because he understands. He's got like an encyclopedic knowledge of. I think he's got a very wide perspective of like art trends over the last 500 years, let's say, right?
Yep.
So if he if he thinks that and if he chose this watch, I think it's very interesting. I just find it fascinating why he would choose this watch, because he's really like a look. his taste is like, modernist, mid-century modern stuff, right? That's his vibe. Why is he going with this, right? Like, of all things, and apparently, well, it's worked out because they've ascended. These watches have been ascending. Look at this. This is in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
5
Well,
years.
I guess the only way to really find out is to slide into his DMs and see if you get him in for an interview.
Yeah, I think all these guys, nobody wants to go on our live streams. I think they're not responding. We've had the hit rate is not that good. Oh, this is Lucas Chronic. This is a great guy, great painter. Wow. Placed by Levin Art Group. Wow, this is a heavy painting. Lucas Chronic.
I think what you have to do is, the longer form content where we basically shit on everybody, like for that stuff, make it members only, and then the more serious stuff, we'll put it out for free.
Oh,
that's probably why they're watching the just like this little bits, and then they just hear us talk shit about everybody.
Wait, so which stuff should be free? What do you think of the member pricing? Because the Il Duce, he gave me bad advice. He told me I should raise the price to $95 for the marquee membership, and he's the only one that joined.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I don't know. So like I'm on because I pay
What's the most I can squeeze out of you, Red Baron? How much is the most I can squeeze out of you?
I'll probably pay like $10 a month.
Fuck.
It's no, because I'm on because I enjoy the content that you bring. The investment stuff is great, but I guess I'm not at an income bracket where that would where that would be useful for me.
What do you mean? Think bigly. Hang on. Oh, wait. You got to hear this. Yeah. You hear that?
Yeah. Oh, it's an indoor wind chime thing.
Yeah. It's the Bertoit. It's like it's like the pieces of, I guess, what is it, metal, whatever. And when you pull one back, they bounce and it creates this whole sound. I think it's bronze, right? I think it's bronze or something. Yeah, it's very cool. Hang on. What happened? Oh, wait. Oh, what happened to my thing here? Wait. Shit. Oh, where did it go? Where did my... Oh, shit. Okay, fuck. All right, let's go to this.
To the IPO. The company's stock is privately held and cannot be sold to the public. So how exactly does a company go public? First, a company gets the help of an investment bank to underwrite the public offering of shares.
These guys. Hang on a second. We got the interview from Hoodwinky. Hang on a second. Oh my God! I'm getting a fucking 1 minute ad here.
Why is the ad so long? That's ridiculous.
This is a 2 minute. I can't believe it. They make me watch a 2 minute ad here. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What happened to my? Oh shit! What happened to that page? Wait,
Colonel, I think you have to use some of that that money that you're getting from the Qatari Sovereign Wealth Fund. To pay for YouTube Premium, yeah.
To pay for YouTube Premium, yeah. I can't believe what the hell did these people do here?
Yeah.
Anyway,
hey, wait. But Colonel, doesn't I think if you have the Amex Platinum, I think it comes with a monthly benefit that covers
really?
YouTube Premium. Yeah.
I haven't. I've never. I don't take advantage of all. The only thing I use is the
lounge and probably like global entry. Yeah.
Yeah, and whatever. Maybe it's a fucking ripoff, really, when you think about it. I don't know. Look at this. This ad. I'm getting it. This ad is going for 2 minutes here. this YouTube ad. I can't believe these people. Yeah, I may have to do this thing here because this is the sovereign wealth fund keeps, I mean, they keep wiring. Yeah, 10, 20 million a month. I should use some of that money for YouTube Premium. I should invest. Hang on a sec. Oh my God, look how long this ad. What the hell is this? Holy shit, what is going on? I think I'm stuck with an ad. Fucking what the hell is going on here? Okay, hang on. Okay. It's a very interesting interview. This guy is like a very interesting guy. How do I do this so that I don't get a copyright strike? I got to do the playback speed at what, 1.25?
That I don't know, but you can give it a try because I think you can play it, but you have to make some commentary on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
While they're doing it.
Okay. So he's got this. Guy from Hoodwinky. Or Hoodwinky. We got the sweaters.
That's right. It's the guy on the left is from Hoodwinky, right? Because he's got the layers.
Yeah. They all do the same look with the layers, the sweaters, and the whole like thing. It's all so. This is the whole collection right there. That's the whole collection. He's got 4 watches on the table. Let's see what he's got.
I respect that.
Yeah, no, I think that's the best thing about the collection. This is like it's very tight. That's it.
Yeah.
And he wears the watches all the time.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
No, so this is okay. So actually, this is the positive thing about the collection, right? This is this actually is a real collection, right? Number one is, it's very focused. It's like you see the collection, right away. Okay, there's a theme, there's a thesis here, right? Like this is like any good collection, whatever. There's a theme right away. Okay, this is what it is, right? Like there's a focus to it. This guy's focus is like these independent, whatever, high-end, whatever watchmakers. That's his focus. Handmade by the watchmaker, whatever the description is. That's it. There's no Rolex Submariner, Omega, Man on the Moon. Very focused. It's all the best stuff, right? Like, there's no fluff there. Even though I don't like it, we don't like it, but it's like, this is a good collection, great collection.
Yeah,
of course. And we're in a pretty special place here. Can you, before we get into the watches, tell us a little bit about where we are?
The house that you're in is the Stuart Richardson house, designed in 1941 by Frank Lloyd Wright for Stuart Richardson and his wife. Originally, it was going to be built in another area, Livingston, New Jersey, and the war intervened. It was built in 1951 here in Glen Ridge.
Are you going to Glen Ridge?
No, I'll have to look up where Glen Ridge is. I know where Livingston is.
Oh, okay, this guy could be your neighbor.
Ordinarily rear designed, right? Because it's built on a hexagonal motive rather than a square motive, the way most houses are. So there was no 90-degree angle in the house. And by chance, the house happened to come up, and it was sort of a now or never moment. I'm almost 60, and I was either going to do this now or I wasn't going to do it. And I decided what was the worst case scenario that could occur, and I decided to take the risk.
And you're settling in all right?
Slowly, but yeah. I am, yes.
So you're relatively new to the world of watch collecting, despite the fact that you've been collecting other things for quite a while.
I'm a total rookie. I'm probably the rookiest newbie you've ever had on Talking Watches.
I don't know if that's the case, but
I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about watches until about 2.5 years ago, plus or minus.
So basically, this guy got started and listen to his story. It's amazing.
I began to apply myself to an education in the same way that with the clients I'm privileged to work with.
So basically, at this point, he started collecting. This collection is 2 years in from zero, right? He went from zero to this.
In my art advisory, education being the fundamental component of what I do. The transactional component, a trained monkey can do that. But if you don't have the education, you're not going to be doing any transactions. Or you may be, but you're going to be paying for your education, and it's going to be a very costly one.
Oh, you love this. This is enamel. This is right up your alley, no?
Yeah.
Porcelain, I think, right? This is a...
This watch is a absolutely unprepossessing Elgin gold-filled pocket watch from the
Okay, this is
Obviously,
his
he
grandfather's
sort of
watch. I don't have.
And this one
okay.
watches
Yeah,
in the last 4 or 5
this is
years
what
of
he
his
bought,
life.
actually.
And after my stepmother, who he'd been married to for 40 years, passed away, my father, who was a very simple man and lived in a small town, was a traveling salesman. I walked in one day, I would go visit him, and he had a Watch Time magazine. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And this would have been around 2008. So this is probably around the time Hodinkee started.
Yeah,
Right around the same time. So what I did is I went out and I bought him every book that I could on watches. Some of them are on the table back there behind us. And after studying and looking at these books and magazines, one day I walked in to visit my dad and he said, "Son, I'm thinking of buying a watch." Now for him, this was a really big
He's like you, Red Baron.
deal. This is a Citizen Campanolo. This is probably around $2,000, $2,500. This was an astronomical amount of money for my father to spend on anything. And what I had seen is that he had somehow migrated from somebody who thought of a watch as something that gave you quantitative data on your wrist, what time is it, to a watch that the idea of time was the last.
Let's make your first cafe-inspired drink at home with the Ninja Auto Barista Pro.
What is it?
Start by selecting cappuccino from
thing that mattered. If I've learned anything in my grand total of 18 months or so of collecting watches, is that if you talk to a watch.
So this is in 18 months, this guy ascended. He watch maxed. I mean, that's a pretty impressive, trajectory, no?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even buy a single Rolex.
Collector, and it doesn't matter at what transactional level they collect, and you ask them, why do you collect watches? The only answer you'll never receive is, I collect watches to tell the time.
Yeah.
That's the only answer I'm positive you won't receive. So the next time I came after that.
What do you think of this Campanola?
It's
repeater.
I'm sorry. Is it? Did you say minute repeater?
It says it's a minute repeater. It's a Citizen watch. Yeah, I never heard of this. I mean, it's like, I would never wear that, but it's like Citizen. But no, but it's actually, I mean, it's a probably legit watch. His father probably bought the watch because, like, it was like a very, advanced watch for the, bang for the buck. Where else do you get a minute repeater for that type of money?
Yeah. He probably just liked the look, and then it was kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, it's like a what do you call it? It's basically was like how do you say it? Like, I mean, it's kind of like you're getting a complication minute repeater. Yeah, it's a minute repeater. Yeah, they're going for like $4,000. They actually increased in value. They've ascended. His father made a wise purchase. These things have ascended. Okay, so I think that's the big deal. Basically, it's a minute repeater. It's got all this. It's a cal. What is it? It's a what the hell is it? It's not a perpetual calendar. It's a check this out. Let's read this. I'm reading this here. Somebody wrote this. Citizen. Okay, so yeah, so basically his father wasn't buying the watch for the brand. He wasn't buying, it's a Rolex. It's basically you're getting, okay, so this is a response to, it's like a Grand Seiko, basically. Citizen's response to Grand Seiko. Fairly unknown in the West. Okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah. All the Campanella dolls are handmade. The movements are hand assembled, much like Grand Seiko. Interesting. Yeah, it's a whole. So you see, this is that's interesting. That's like basically, I think his father, he got it very into watches, right? This is like 2008, he's saying, and he's reading all these magazines, and this is like, he sees this watch. He's got all. Basically, his father wasn't buying a watch to impress people. He was like, what? A guy's 80 years old. He's not buying a watch to pick up strippers. I mean. He's buying a watch because he appreciates the horology and all the stuff you get And I mean, basically, this watch, that Campanolo, if that watch was a Patek, would be a $600,000 watch.
Yeah.
So he said he probably realized shit, This has all the stuff I want. It's got the the calendar, everything. I don't need the brand name. I want the horology. So that's the through line. That's the through line, I guess, to the where the sun is, right? He wants the
To visit my father, he had bought this watch. I have not seen this watch since he passed away in 2011 because at the time I gave it to a friend of his who he was close to because I thought that was a nice thing and the right thing to do. I didn't appreciate watches at the time, and I'm still happy that it's with Keith and it's with him. But I've never, I've never had it on my wrist. I'm getting a little choked up actually, just kind of seeing it because I know how much time and thought that went into this purchase and how special it was to him. So by chance, a number of years later, fast forwarding, I was cleaning out my storage area where I keep fine art, and there was a box there that I had no idea what it was. I opened it up, and in the box were those coffee table books that I had bought from my father. So I took these books out and I began reading them, and something clicked in some way. And so I began to study the art of horology, and I was less interested, obviously, in the quantitative component of the price and the data that the watch gave than I was in the value and the meaning of watches. If you look, for instance, I know we'll talk about this, but at this anniversary by Dr. Daniels. So if you compare the Daniels to my grandfather's pocket watch, I mean, it's transactionally a silly comparison. However, if you want to talk to me about the value to me, the meaning of the two matter, whether you kind of collect at this price level, or you collect at this price level, or you collect at this price level. Nobody collects any of these things to tell the time. It's the meaning and the value inherent that's imbued in the objects. That's the thing that matters.
U.S. Bank smartly checking
That's
and
what
saving,
happens when you don't
working
get
as one to reward you more.
It's like a crazy amount of commercials. It's like every 5 minutes there's a commercial.
Yeah, I mean they're
It's you.
they're taking advantage of the Winky.
This is a watch that really is the start of your collection and sort of you imbuing value
Okay, let's hear it.
into a watch. So
Very true.
how did the Dufour Simplicity A first get on your radar and B make its way into your collection?
Well, my study started, of course, with the big three, because that's sort of the big three pillars. That's sort of a sensible place. So Patek and Rolex and AP probably. Over time, I somehow moved.
So it's interesting. He started studying. He studied, but he didn't pull. But he chose specifically not to buy any of the big three.
Towards independent watchmaking. I think I'm attracted to the single person or a small group of people working intently at one specific conceptual idea, trying to manifest that. And Daniels was the person I seemed to center on. Now, Dufour was sort of riding alongside. And it so happened, in terms of the availability of the watches, that the Dufour came up first. I received a call from Silas Walton at a collective.
That's the back of the watch. What do you think?
It looks very like neat, and it's clean. There's not a lot of distraction there.
Yeah, but how much do these go for? How much is it for? It's a couple $100,000 now.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
You Google it. Yeah. So that's the philosophy. He wants independent watchmakers. He's buying watches that are all made by one guy. He wants that human touch and the innovation, whatever that means.
Man. And he said, Todd, I know that you've got your eye on a specific kind of Dufour, a 37 as opposed to a 34, platinum as opposed to white gold, all these sort of things that one has to move through. And the thing that you want is available if you want the thing. I think that Dufour is, along with Daniels, I would
$400,000 to $800,000.
Newbie level of knowledge. Don't listen to anything I say.
$400,000 to $800,000.
I think one of the two
No
most
way.
important watchmakers.
You serious?
Yeah, that's what the I guess one of these hits came up from the AI. It's pulling up from Phillips auction, and it's saying there's like sometimes they have like there's special editions that go between 1.3 to 1.5 million.
I mean, I unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is it. Imagine you wearing this watch, and you wear this to a strip club. I mean, nobody's going to be impressed.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I mean, yeah. How do you? Yeah, this is. I don't know. This is. I don't. I don't get. I don't get the whole thing. This is very advanced.
Makers in the last 100 years, and probably one of the two most important watch makers or horologists in the last 200 years. When people see it, it's a simple time-only watch. It's very lovely, but it's simple time-only watch. Now, when you turn this watch over and you look at what's going on the back, he's almost produced a language, created a language. There's a wonderful book, I think it's the best book written on art, by Andre Malraux in the mid-20th century. It's called The Voices of Silence. And in that book, he says, I name that person an artist who produces or creates forms, and I name that person an artisan who reproduces or recreates forms, no matter how charming, sophisticated, or elegant that reproduction or recreation may be. And this is a situation where you're dealing with somebody who is really producing or creating forms. They're not comfortable with simply kind of reproducing or recreating a variant of something that's sort of necessarily that went before them. Those are the things when I was thinking about Dufour, when I was thinking about why this is something that I wanted to engage with, that's my thought process. That's what's going through my mind.
So there's a whole high concept. See, I mean, this guy has put thought into it. Like, he's not just, randomly buying a watch to flex, right?
Next came this watch, correct?
Yeah, George was the one that I really focused on. There's this great quote by George Bernard Shaw. I'm going to just paraphrase it, but it's along the lines of, a reasonable person adapts themselves to the world around them, and an unreasonable person insists that the world adapt itself to them. And therefore, all true progress depends on unreasonable people. The most unreasonable person by that metric in the world of horology in the last 200 years, it's this guy.
Yeah.
He demanded that the entire history and world of horology around him adapt itself to his vision of what horology was and what it should be, more than anybody else. And that's why Dr. Daniels' work was somebody who I was immediately.
So basically, he wants the whole, like, this guy is basically an important watchmaker. That's the concept.
Yeah.
It's the whole, like what, I can't get into it. Like, I'm not interested in knowing, like, about his coaxial escapement and his whatever. Like, I just want a good looking dial. That's all. I'm a simple man.
Drawn to. But I worked at Sotheby's.
It's pretty nice the way he does the engraving. That's actually pretty cool, no?
Yeah.
I mean, for 500 grand, I mean, look at, that rotor is beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sotheby's in the mid-90s in New York. And at the time in London, there was a lovely woman who ran the Sotheby's watch department by the name of Tina Mille, who's very well known to anybody who's, I guess, a horology kind of person. And Tina had the good sense to hire some guy to advise her in the watch department named George Daniels.
That's the guy.
And
that's
so
George Daniels.
Dr. Daniels was coming in and out of the department on a regular basis to advise Tina. But this millennium came up at auction at Sotheby's. And this was the millennium that George made for Tina Mille.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So George Daniels made this watch for the head of the Sotheby's watch department.
That's the connection. So when it came up, I decided, because of my background with Sotheby's, because of who owned the watch, the provenance, because of that owner's relationship with Daniels, that if I was going to buy Millennium, this is the one I would take a shot at.
That's okay. That makes sense.
And I was fortunate. I didn't pay a penny more than I had planned on, and I was very pleased with that.
So the next watch here, this is the watch that you wear most days.
So this is crazy, right? I mean, like, can you imagine, like, going from not wearing a watch to, paying $300-400 grand for a watch all of a sudden?
Isn't that's what Zuckerberg did?
No, he started small. Zuckerberg started with, like, I think like a $50,000 Patek. Like, he started with, like, the first couple of watches that were basically, like, under 100 grand.
Mm.
They're all like, but now he's ascended. He's Aura-maxed to like, he's doing like all sorts of crazy stuff now.
Yeah.
What do you think is going on? Is somebody, like, is he actually, like, just buying stuff at random? Is he getting some guy, like?
No, he probably hired somebody to make him, like, look more like a person instead of like a robot.
And for sure. No, for sure, there's that going on, and he's definitely got some mileage out of it for sure in the watch community. The watch community has he's ascended with the watch community for sure.
That's right.
I mean, everybody in the watch community thinks he's, like, the man now. Like this, probably for the first time in his life. Like nobody really, outside of the tech world, like outside of like tech circles.
Yeah.
He's actually considered cool now.
This is the watch here that you wear and enjoy, I would say, most.
The daily beater.
The daily beater. It's a hell of a daily beater.
I learned that phrase from Hodinkee. So there you go. Another thing I owe.
This might be the first Daniel's beater, but I think that's a good thing. So this is the most recent addition to the collection, and can you tell us a little bit about this piece?
After I had bought the Dufour Simplicity and I had bought the Daniel's Millennium, I was like, okay, great, nice start. Pat on the back. I'm done. Don't call me, and I'm just going to keep reading my books and learning, which I was doing. And then, of course, Silas calls me up again, and he's like, "You're never going to believe it.
Even when your room is 80 degrees,
Man,
your bed can be 55. That's the Pod, a cooling cover that
I have a Daniel's anniversary potentially coming to me, and would you be interested?" And it's just like, oh, I shouldn't get started with this whole thing, kind of thing. I remember there's a great thing in one of your earlier Talking Watches with John Mayer. I think it's the second one, and he goes,
hold on. You know what I find interesting? Like this guy is like a heavy hitter. Why didn't Ben Clymer come and interview him? Why does he send this twink guy instead? Like, why doesn't Ben Clymer himself do the interview? I mean, like this guy is a much more serious guy than this Bukiak John Mayer.
Yeah, he is. He's a more serious person, but I think Ben Clymer only interviews celebrities.
No, this guy's like a celebrity in his world. I mean, this guy's like a A-list guy. In the art world, he's like an
I know what you're saying, but I think Ben Clymer only interviews I guess the celebrities for the hoi polloi.
What is Ben Clymer? Is he on Ozempic? Because I see he's actually ascended. He's looksmaxxing now. I've seen some pictures now. He's like more in shape, or his face is thinner. Like he looked kind of pudgy in here. Like he's got that pudgy look in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Baby fat. I don't know. He's got that like baby fat type of look or something. I don't know what it's called. Is he Ozempic maxing?
Maybe, perhaps.
Nice. I saw a video. Man, the guy looks good. The guy, God bless.
These watches represent all the drugs I never did.
Yeah.
Well, these watches not only represent all the drugs I never did, they also represent the midlife crisis I never had. It's so interesting, and this is well known, but when you look at the finish here and you look at the finish here, immediately this is what jumps out to you, the Dufour as being the more finished watch. But it's simply because I think George, and this was passed down to Roger, my understanding is that there's a certain unfussy quality about the British finishing that George preferred in his watches. And
The British, they don't like to finish the watches, basically.
if you even look at the thickness of the plate, the reason this thing is my daily
I
beater
mean, this
is that
thing
we're
looks like it's from like the 1600s or 1800s. No, I mean, look at that.
aha, is because it's built like a tank. It really is. I know it's a very expensive watch. I get that. And it's a very rare watch. But George was really clear with his watches. Dr. Daniels has been on the record saying, I build these watches for people to wear. I don't build them for people to stick in a safety deposit box. I want my watches out in the world and I want them worn.
Looks like a Breguet. Would you know the difference from 10 feet away?
No.
Yeah.
The fun part of this, truthfully, has been that I've been allowed to re-kick or restart the educational process, which I kind of haven't really done. I mean, architecture, I've known for a long time. Art, I've known. The records, the rare jazz records, the first pressings that I've collected, I've been doing that for decades, kind of thing. But this is like a new area, brand new area. And on top of that, it connects me back to my dad. And that's, something that's I've never had before with anything I've collected. And that's kind of special.
That's it. Interesting, huh? That's the story. This the Recepi's. It's like a 5-piece meal deal, 5-piece combo meal deal. Very tight collection. It's very. I mean, what do you, Baron? What do you suggest? Do you think he should just buy himself a Rolex Submariner so he can, go diving? In case he needs to go diving, or like a Patek World Time, in case he wants to go to Bangers to hunt for ladyboys with Archie Luxury. I mean, what do you think is? Does he probably needs a World Time in a Submariner?
Perhaps if he wants to hang out with the Archie Luxury crowd, it's because you know what? Since he went and he bought 2 like big hitters, like heavy hitters. That's it. There's no like going anywhere else would just be almost like going backwards.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, where do you go from here? I mean, this is the basically it's the pinnacle of that universe of like independent. I mean, like no, of independent watchmaking. I think pretty much Roger Smith is considered the holy grail. No, that's it.
Well, I don't know. With the independents, there is like it seems like every other year there's a new name that pops up.
No, but you know how it is. It's like it's a different. It's like this guy is Roger Smith. I think is in the what do you call it? In the pantheon.
Yeah.
Roger Smith, this guy. It's like the pantheon. It's the pantheon of the great independent, the handmade stuff, right? Like I mean, there's going to be new guys, but here's the thing: even if there's new guys, this stuff is going to have a historical importance. That's the whole value. It's the historic. It's not because look, these watches are not they're valued based on their historical context. It's not. I mean, like it's not just the design, right? That's the whole story. That's what the market's buying into. The whole historical context. The guy did it by hand. It's he's a student of Daniels, and Daniels is the greatest watchmaker in the last 200 years, and blah blah blah. That's the whole story. So these guys are not going away. It's like Manhattan real estate. It's done. That's like it's gonna stay up. It's gonna stay ascendant.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's it. Like, what do you? He might be just that's it. I don't think maybe he's probably very happy. Like, listen, he's doing this for what 8 years already now? 8 years, I think, right? Since that video. So this is probably going on 8 years, and he's still stuck with these. I think he got his Recepi, which he ordered like a couple of years ago. That's what he says, or I think he said that he got the Recepi.
Mm-hmm.
So. He might get like, maybe another watch in a couple more years or something. He's like, which is good, right? It's not like a guy who's like a constant, what do they call it in the Asian club? The hungry ghost.
Yeah.
Hungry ghost,
Yeah.
It's not like the Archie luxury thing where he's constantly like, debating, should I buy this? Should I sell this? This guy's like enjoying his life. That's it. He's very happy.
Yeah.
Very tight, focused collection. No, not a single Rolex or Patek in the picture. So how do we rate these things? I forgot. What's our rating? What is it based on? Do you remember what our ratings are based on for these collection reviews?
I have it written down somewhere, but I think no. I think that the list is at work. I left the list at work.
No, okay. So basically, if I remember, it was like, okay, number one is the collection interesting, right? Like, is it just basic Rolex, basic bitch Rolex watches, or is it like unique stuff? Maybe a mix of vintage, a mix of different. You got a dress watch, a sport, a variety, right?
Yeah.
So the stuff doesn't all look the same, right? And so I think on that he gets, let's say, what do we give him? I mean, I would say a B because a lot of it looks kind of the same, but I give it an A because it's all very, it's all, that's what they're known for. It's like, it's all this weird stuff. Like they're all unique in their weird way. So I give it an A. Mm-hmm. Variety, yeah, it's very, so tight collection. So it's like a very focused A+. This is like the tightest collection I think we've reviewed here, besides yours. And what else is there? Oh, is there upside potential? The upside potential. No, there's one more. Does he take good pictures? I think the pictures mostly not that great. They're like, I would say C+. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, it's not like the other guy. I mean, some of these are okay. They're not like super great. I give it a B. Let's give it just a B. It's okay.
Yeah, because the lighting's good. He just doesn't have I guess of some of the other photos that we've seen, there's more elements to it that kind of just
like this,
enhance the watch.
you know, this is a head-on picture. Like, well, you know, what's going on here? Like, you know, I'm bored with this picture. I want to see, like, you know, on a yacht with, you know, Russian hookers, Dubai, you know, that type of thing. I mean, like, I can do this myself. Like, this is like basic, like basic bitch photography. You know, this is, you know, I mean, yeah. Okay, so the photos aren't important, but at least it's in focus. It's in focus. That's
and the lighting is good.
Lighting is good. Now, is there upside potential? That's the interesting thing, right? Upside potential. I would say it's 100% up. Yeah, I mean, like everything here, he got into, like, for sure at like list or whatever, or before they ascended bigly. And the market is going towards these independents. It really, the independent market is just, you know, it's in a solid uptrend. These are gonna like appreciate probably. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't think these are gonna be like, you know, double. It's not like a hot thing which, you know, doubles in a year. It's not that type of thing. I think it's more of like a thing that probably appreciates like 20% a year compounded. 25% a year, maybe.
That's an amazing investment. If you can get 25% compounded.
20% compounded in 5 years is how much?
I'll have to find an online calculator.
It's probably like 3x. It's probably like a 3x. I think. Am I right? 20% over 5 years? Oh, this is interesting. Hang on, let's listen to this. I want to hear this. Wait, how long is this? 90 seconds. He's talking about this guy, Ingo Philippe. Oh, this is interesting. Did you do the calculation?
No, hold on. I'm looking for calculator.
Okay.
The market conditions, combined with Inigo's savvy and access to wealth, allowed him to thrive.
Now, that's the general backdrop. Having said that, it's really important to understand that Philbrick really started coming up in that period.
Oh, so this guy, Ingo Philbrick, this is amazing. This guy pulled a massive scam. He was like this young guy. I mean, he came from like a very well-connected family in the art world, and he was a dealer. He basically started. He was dealing at a very high level, like $5 million, $10 million paintings. And he basically, I think he sold like shares to like multiple guys. He basically sold like, you know, partnerships to multiple people. So in other words, he sold like 300% of a painting for, you know, of 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And then he ran off to like Bali or something. It was some crazy story. Let me see what it is. They caught him, but you know, hang on.
So this isn't somebody who has a tremendous amount of experience having gone through market corrections repeatedly. He became successful in this secondary market environment, not because of some Svengali crystal ball Nostradamus-like ability to predict future market behavior with greater vision than anyone else, but rather because any 5-year-old child or reasonably bright golden retriever would have been successful in the secondary market at that time, given the ebulliently frothy market conditions that QE2, and 3 and 4 allowed and offered to almost anyone to successfully flip art in that context. And this was what was sort of surprising reading about this after the fact, is that people talked about him like he was some kind of wunderkind. But the real tale of the tape would be seeing him successfully flip.
Well, this is okay. No, you gotta give the guy credit. I mean, you know, like you know, that you know, to get to deal at that high level, how many people have done it? Very few. I mean, we're talking about probably like literally a handful. Like this guy was like, you know, the top 1% for a period of time. That's you know, I mean, I don't know about his art knowledge or whatever, but this guy was an incredible salesman for sure. I mean, you gotta give the guy credit.
secondary market artworks with the same alacrity now in the current market conditions that have seized up completely for his chosen market darlings at that time. Because the real measure of a dealer or a flipper, whatever you want to call them, occurs precisely when the markets suddenly stop or severely reverses. Lots of guys watch Bruce Lee movies. It doesn't mean that they can do karate.
It was a perfect storm. The market conditions, combined with Inigo's savvy and access to wealth, allowed him to thrive.
Now, that's the general backdrop. Having said that, it's really important to understand that Philbrick really started coming up in that period. So this isn't somebody who has a tremendous amount of...
it's going on replay, whatever. Okay, yeah.
All right, so Colonel, I looked it up. 20% compounded over 5 years is 148.8%.
Oh, so that's almost it's almost a triple.
Yeah,
it's almost a triple. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. 5 years. Yeah, I think that's not bad. That's not a bad rate. Yeah, I think I don't know. What's your prediction on something like a Ricchepi? What do you think Ricchepi will do?
Okay, so my understanding is he actually has a decent sized workshop. So it seems like, you know, he's selling a decent quantity. He's probably got the order book to back it, and he probably has a plan for future models. So I think he's gonna be in the game for a while. I think he's not going to be one of these companies that potentially could, you know, like just go under. He might be the, you know, the next Jorn.
Who, Ricchepi?
Yeah, because he's got the hype behind him, right? He's got the order book, and that's it. And then he's got, you know, he's got a couple of models under his belt.
Why? No, seriously, I don't understand why this Ricchepi is considered. I mean, listen, at least with the George Daniels, aesthetically, it's a beautiful watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it is a beautiful watch, right? You know, it looks like a Breguet. You can say whatever, but you know, whereas this Ricchepi guy, let's look at this. I got. By the way, thanks to the Emir Altani, I'm able to afford a subscription to every watch, which gives us access to this database here. So this is a Ricchepi. This is all the sales of a Ricchepi. Look at this. Holy shit. Holy shit. This sold for $1.3 million? You see this? I'm shocked. I didn't even know Ricchepi was going for this type of money. Baron, are you looking at this?
Yeah, it's I'm looking at my phone, so the type is really small.
It's the same watch. This watch is $1 million and change.
Well, you know how that goes. It's like, you know, they change the metal, or like, you know, the type on it is slightly different. You know, then all of a sudden, it's a 1-to-1.
Holy shit! Look how much it's. Look at the Ascension. The Ascension. Let's look how much it ascended. So the first Ricchepi went to auction. I mean, it basically looks like this guy's Ricchepi. It went to auction in 2019. The estimate was 40 to 60,000. 40 to 60,000 estimate, and it sold for whoa! It sold for, hang on. Oh, 360,000 in 2019. So what is the watch? It's a Crevia chronometer, manual winding. It's not even automatic. With hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, chronometer feature, hacking seconds, automatic 0 reset. Like, okay, like you can get that on a $2,000 watch. Platinum case by J.P. Hagman. Okay, so still, like, what the fuck is going on here? A Crevia. So what is a Crevia? Is a Crevia? I know a Crevia is a different. I'm getting confused. Ricchepi and a Crevia, is it the same thing? I know there's another brand, a Crevia. Holy shit. I mean, this is so this tomato can watch is, we're looking at $1 million $1 million watch. I can't believe that. That is fucking crazy. Unbelievable. That's shocking. How about, let me see this, Acrivia. Acrivia. What's the Acrivia going for? Okay, see, so this is Acrivia. Holy shit. No way. Wait a minute. Yeah, I just did a review of another tomato can with an Acrivia. I think it's a better looking than this one. Holy shit. Baron, what do you make of this?
It's it's an interesting looking watch. It's not anything that I would say is outstanding.
What? How dare you say that? Wait, hang on. This is the watch. Okay, so somebody, I mean, really, is this like the Emperor's new clothes? I mean, like, what the fuck is going? Because the people buying this, they're not stupid people. They're very sophisticated people. Like, what the hell do they see that they're willing to pay, this type of money for these watches? It doesn't even say Rolex on it. 700 grand. I mean, this is cool. So the guy, the tomato can, we did a video the other day, had something similar, I think it was. Okay, it has like this George Daniels artisanal vibe. It's like, you can see it's like hand finished, a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'd rather have my watches perfectly made by, 5-year-olds working in Shanghai in a factory with the lights on.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than, No, I kind of get it. It's like a little thing, a little work of art, but it's not that good looking. It's not like that, like, oh my God. I don't have that, oh my God, like, thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen like even Vacherons that I was like, wow, like, that's amazing. Like, these are just like steampunk. This is like steampunk master. I'm coining a new term for these. I'm calling it steampunk masturbation.
All right, so I wonder, like, okay, so how many, I guess, of his watches sold at?
Hang on, we got some Palantir for watches. That's interesting, right? Like the Palantir stock. It has like a weird cult following. By the way, I own that stock I bought Palantir, I think at $15.
So did I.
Guess where I sold it?
I sold it at 30, and then I bought back in at like 45, and I sold at 60.
I sold mine, I think I think I paid 16 or whatever it was. I think I sold it at like 14. I took a small loss. I was like, shit, this thing is not going anywhere. And then it went up. It went up 10x or more from there.
Yeah.
It went to what, $200, I think?
Oh, I'm not sure. I stopped tracking it after it hit like 120. I was like, all right, this is just making me angry watching this.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, I mean, that's how, it's very frustrating. Sometimes, it's like, it's very frustrating. And sometimes you're riding a thing and then, you know that it could be potentially like a 10 bagger, but it starts dry. It's not easy. Okay, so we got this guy here, Kino Pravda. Acrivia is Recep's first company. So what happened? They went bust or something? No, they were like brothers, from what I understand, right? They were like two brothers or something. I don't know. I don't know what I don't really care. But maybe this tomato can explain to us. Maybe Kino can explain to us. Maybe this guy's related. Oh, this guy's related to Juan. This guy could be related to. Maybe this guy could tell us why this watch, what is so special about these watches that they're going for, 6-7 figures. So I'm assuming that Todd got that watch at list, which is like, $100,000 probably. Or whatever.
Are you talking about his the simplicity that he got?
Yeah, his whatever.
Yeah.
His what do you call it? No, his what the hell is it called?
Because he bought his, because I think they said, oh yeah.
I'm looking at this watch. I can see it's actually it is interesting. Like you see that screw. He's got it. It's interesting. I actually, the more I look at it, and the case is very funky. It's like a 60s type of case, like that 60s, 70s design, like Omega used to do. The bullfrog, I think they call it. Okay, so Recepi, he started Patek Philippe, focusing on tourbillons. He later joined FP Journe and B&B. He named his brand Acrivia for a Greek word precision. Tonneau shaped watches, flamboyant, to be a tourbillon. So he's a tourbillon guy. The Blue Dog, blah, 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 blah. Fresh to the market from the original owner. Yeah, that's bizarre. So this guy had the watch for only 5 years. He flipped this watch in 5 years. He probably paid what? How much were these going for at retail? Ask ChatGPT. How much was the tourbillon chronograph Monopoussoir at retail?
Okay, between 190 and 220.
Oh, okay. That's actually reasonable. I mean, compared to, it's actually, it's all handmade by this guy. And compared to, let's say MB&F or somebody, an MB&F would be like $100,000 roughly, $150,000. And the others are usually, so that's like a reasonable price for one of these, handmade, independent guys.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, again, it's like the contemporary art market, right? Like some guy all of a sudden becomes hot and you can't get it because he can only make so many a year. With paintings, you can it's much easier to paint stuff. I mean, this thing is like, how much time do you think it takes to make one of these watches?
Something like that. Assuming you built one already, probably the next one maybe like 6 months, maybe.
Wow.
Just guessing, because it's like I think the bulk of the time is figuring out how to do it first.
Okay. Once you have movement, once you have it, dialed in, no pun intended.
Yeah, it's probably like 6 months, and then probably most of that 6 months is spent on like doing the polishing.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's a long time actually for one guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's entitled to make a living, right? Like, I mean, this is hard work.
Yeah.
You gotta have like a magnifying glass on your head all the time. I mean, you go crazy. That's why all these guys become like alcoholics or drug addicts because, it's just, they go crazy.
Yeah.
from looking at through at these miniature parts, and you get that bad weather. It's always, you know, in the winter.
It's kind of like dentists. They're supposed to be like, you know, among the medical field, they have like the highest suicide rates or something like that.
Do they really?
I think I heard it was dentists.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought dentists actually is a good job. They make good money for like.
Yeah.
It's like it's hang on, let's see. George Daniels only made 30. What? Hang on, we got to give this guy an invitation here. We got to get this fine gentleman to hop on. Hang on a second. Hey, Kino Pravda. Here you go. Pizda. Right here. This is your link. Hop on. Tell us about George Daniels. He made 30 watches in the whole lifetime. That's interesting. How much is a George Daniels going? I think George Daniels is not even that expensive.
I mean, that's got to be 30 like under his own name. Because he's probably working under someone else, and he made a bunch of watches so he can get out like and open his own shop.
Oh, okay. I don't even. Okay, so George Daniels. This is the George Daniels prices. There hasn't been that. So in the last year, there haven't been any sold. Oh, look at this shit. Oh my God, this guy is a cent. Yo, there we go. This is what this guy has right here. This is the same watch. This is the Todd watch. 600 grand roughly. So about 600 grand. Is it, let's see, this is George Daniels' anniversary. I think he made a bunch of them, no? Wait, then he's got, let's see, he's got,
on the bottom left, that silver dial, that 100% looks like a Breguet.
It looks like a Breguet, yeah?
Like 100%, yeah.
2.4 million. Crazy. No, it's the same watch, but it's in white gold versus, oh, it's platinum. Okay, platinum. Wow, you get a nice case though. Okay. Crazy. So this is the same watch. Look at the wild swings. That platinum watch sold for 2.4 million in 2022. Same one comes to auction, sells for 1.2 million a year later. That's a lot of volatility.
Yeah.
A year later, sells for a little over 2 million. Huge volatility.
Yeah.
No, not even a year. This is 6 months later. 6 months. This is November of 23. It sells for 2 million. Wait. It's a different watch. Yeah, it's the same watch. I guess the multiple versions. I don't know what's going on. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Let's see, George Daniels. Okay. Oh, let's do the whole George Daniels. Okay. Okay. This is every George Daniels. Oh, I think this is the one that he bought. I think this is the one that he got. That's his first one. It was 286,000. No. These guys do a horror. I mean, this is what the hell's going on? No, this was owned by some guy named Lord Sandberg. No. This guy made a lot of watches. He says that the present lot, made in 2000, is one of only 47 yellow gold examples that were produced. No, this guy, George Daniels, made a lot of watches. Not 30. He says, what, 30 watches? No. Apparently not. How much? Let's see. Huh. Okay. Man, these George Daniels. Look at this. Let's see here. The present lot is one of only 47 from the collection. The original owner comes complete with its original, including a letter from Daniels himself to the watch as recipient. Okay. Man. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so so basically Daniels is look at that. They were expensive, but they were, you could, they were like what, 100 grand in 2012 for that millennium. Now it's 500 grand. So it went from 100 to, he was a mechanic. Yeah, he was like a tractor mechanic. His name was used. So what is this guy saying? His name? Okay, so so Daniels himself made only a handful of watches, and the rest were made by various guys, apprentices or something.
Understudies, yeah.
Understudies, okay.
He's got the Warhol thing going.
Or the factory, yeah. That's okay. And he probably just finished it off. Maybe he gave it the seal of approval or something.
Yeah, or who was the guy? Thomas Kincaid, right? Didn't he just have just had people do the paintings for him, and then he just he put a little dab of paint on it somewhere, and then
I think Thomas Kincaid, he did it all himself. No, I mean the paintings he made himself, but he did a lot of what do you call it? He did a lot of reproductions. That was his thing. In other words, he did those these corny cottage paintings. It was a huge thing. I mean, it was like a huge business. It was It was he was doing hundreds of millions of dollars, 50 million a year. I mean, it was a big business. And because it was these reproductions, he made these reproductions that he would sell for big money. But he did it all himself. You're thinking of what's his name? No, but there's a lot of artists. There's a lot of guys now who do stuff which they don't even. I was talking about that guy. What's his name? Alec Monopoly. That guy who every tomato can in Miami buys those paintings. Alec Monopoly runs an assembly line. All those things. Him and that guy, the other tomato can. What's that guy? What's his same genre? They have factories of Chinese artists in an assembly line who do all the stuff. Mr. Brainwash, that's the guy. Yeah, they basically the guy tells them the concept. He says, "Hey, this is what I want. Give it a little more of this color," and those guys do all the work, and then he signs it. It's incredible. These guys must be doing crazy, I don't know, 20 million a year in business. Almost all profit. That's not bad.
Yeah, and it's crazy that people know this and they still buy it.
Well, I don't think they know it too. I think the people buying it, they don't know that. I mean, they don't. I mean, yeah, I don't think they know that. And the problem I have with these Mr. Brainwash or this Alec Monopoly, I think the Alec Monopoly stuff is kind of fun. I think they're fun paintings. I think they're kind of cool. Especially the ones that he's not doing, because The ones done by the factory are done by actual professional artists who like know how to like get, like they're much more, detailed. They have proper technique. Like his technique wasn't that good, but the problem is you can't tell who made the paint. Like you can't, like the artist's hand is not visible in the paint. Like in other words, you don't know. It's like his technique is not shown. Like it's not like Rembrandt. Rembrandt. Okay, you see, it's a Rembrandt. Like he paints a certain way. Picasso, it's hard to copy Picasso, right? Like he paints, does a line in a certain way, very hard to copy. Whereas Mr. Brainwash or Alec Monopoly, I mean, you literally one of these guys goes back to China. He starts his own assembly line, and you wouldn't know the difference. You would not know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be a massive problem with fakes of these guys. Huge problem.
I don't know, Colonel. That sounds like a business opportunity.
Yeah, I think also that other guy. What's his name? That moron, the English guy. With those Banksy. Yeah, Banksy is even easier. Banksy is not. There's no color there. That's just like a spray paint stencil thing. Anybody can do that. Like, and there's already a lot of fakes out there. Like, it's going to be a chaos at some point.
Once he passes, and then there's no one to verify that the work's authentic or not.
Yeah, I think the problem with Banksy is, I think the Banksy thing is like a one-off. It's like a one-trick pony. Like, it's supposed to be like an ironic statement. There's like these political statements. And okay, you look at it, okay, it's clever for like 5 seconds, and then like, okay, next. Like, you're not gonna look at it twice. It's not gonna, it's just it's like a cheap street art thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, there's nothing there. It's like a flat, it's boring. It's like a fucking political joke. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But at the same time, I mean, he's the big name. And then I think when people buying it, they're not so much buying the art, is that they're buying like a piece of the, the culture. Yeah. They're buying a piece of the culture.
No, but that's the whole thing. But I think at some point what happens is it's not going to age well. I think that culture is not going to transcend. It's not going to be like I don't think in 20 years, or let's say 30 years, right? Like it's going to be relevant. Like it's going to be, somebody looking at this 30 years from now, like they're not going to understand what this is about. Like it's a different political. His stuff is very like, it's got like these different weird political statements like that. This stuff is not going to be relevant. It's almost like Vietnam protest art. It's not relevant today.
Yeah.
A lot of this, and his stuff is, and here there's no aesthetic value to it. There's no, at least with Mr. with Brainwash or this Alec Monopoly, there's bright colors. There's like these cartoons. They're fun paintings. Like the thing with the Alec Monopoly is they're very fun. Like I completely get why people buy them. You look at the paintings, they're very vibrant. They're fun. They're like these capitalistic paintings. It's a Monopoly world, and they're fun paintings. It's like you don't have to explain it to anybody. And honestly, whenever I see his paintings, they put a smile on my face. And I think the guy who's buying that painting, let's say the average guy who's spending like 50 grand for that painting, if somebody's spending 50 grand for that painting, they got some cash in the bank, right? Like for them, it might be worth, it's like buying a Rolex for 50 grand, right? It makes you happy for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
Same idea. So it's the same fucking thing. It's like a guy who buys Patek for 100 grand. So instead, believe me, the Patek and that Banksy, that Alec Monopoly probably took just as much time to manufacture. The Patek probably took like 5 minutes with the robots, and they got the 5-year-old kids probably did some hand finishing, and Alec Monopoly probably took 5 hours. You know, you have to paint, this, draw, you know, yeah. That's the deal. All right, Baron, we gotta hop over here. I think we've exhausted the topic. Let's do a plug for the channel. What do you think I should do to get some cash in? What do you think? $9.95 is the sweet spot, because I'm not getting any traction at $95 here.
Yeah. Okay. So, how many new subscriptions have you gotten? Let's say since the beginning of the year.
Very few. Very few.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, right, at $5, $5 is like, $5 is $5. $10 is a little bit more of a commitment, and then it's kind of like every increment, it's more and more of a commitment.
Right. So, but even I'm thinking, like, I don't know what the value. I don't know if the channel has any value, like in terms of I think the content is good, but it doesn't seem to be resonating with the culture, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is like, what am I doing here? Like, you know, giving away this incredible information here. You know,
you know, Colonel, it doesn't matter even if you do give it away for free. They're not going to appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's pearls before swine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like, you know, it's if we charge a lot, like there's only going to be 2 people as members. So I don't know what the I'm not sure what the what is the what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, you know, I thought Hodinkee would offer to buy my channel for like 10 million, and they haven't sent any offers.
Yeah, you'll have to maybe have your people call the Sultan of Brunei, see if he wants to make an investment.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's what we have to. Is he still around, that guy?
I have no idea. All I know is he paid $15,000 to some scam artist for one of those like straw Panama hats.
Oh no, the Panama hats actually are quite expensive. You know, they go for like 10 grand, a real one.
Yeah, because there's a story about this guy. It's like, oh, you know, he spent like 30 years making it, and he makes it from like one piece of straw or something. Like, this is nuts. Okay. But then when you watch him make it, like it takes them like, you know, like 30 minutes, and then they make the hat. It's like, it's nuts.
Oh, okay. But I know they were quite expensive. I think some of them could be like in thousands.
Yeah, I know, because I watched like a documentary thing on this scam artist that's selling $15,000 Panama hats.
Wow, people pay that. That's insane. I can't believe there's people paying 15 grand for a Panama hat, and then I'm willing to spend $5 for this fine channel.
Yeah,
I think I may have to do what do I have to do? Yeah, I don't know. We have to do something here. I've tried different marketing angles, and the newsletter. You know, it's you know, the newsletter has a high open rate, 50%. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Do you get the newsletter?
When was the last time you sent one out? Because I used to get them, but I don't think I've seen one lately.
Check your spam. No, I stopped doing it for like over a year, maybe longer, almost 2 years. And I put out a couple of issues in the last month. I did like 3 issues, and they had like 50% open rate, which was like, you know, very high. I don't have that many subscribers. It's a couple hundred.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe just like every week make an effort to do like 1 or 2 little
100,000. I meant a couple 100,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you gotta, you know, every week try and make an effort to do like 1 or 2 promotional shorts.
Oh yeah,
you know, where you're walking around just like making fun of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. This fucking this watch media business is not what it's cracked up to be. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is not good. It's very frustrating. I feel like Archie Luxury. I don't even have people making donations here. We haven't had one super chat here. You know, this is. I may have to start doing live streams about the Oisin O'Malley. and what's his name? And Artem Pizdet.
Yeah.
The grifter of Venice, and the Artem Pizdet, because that seems to be the money making formula. Basically, doing commentary on
on other channels. You're basically marketing to like 30 people.
Yeah, no, but no, it's crazy. That seems to be the only people making money in the watch game is basically do commentary on other channels, or you have one of these. I don't understand these like, I don't know, some of these guys get big views, like what's his name, the coffee guy.
Oh yeah, Bark and Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bark and Homo guy, Bark and Jack off. That guy gets big. Like, I don't understand. Like, why does he get so many views? What is
he just reviews like mainstream watches. That's the thing.
Yeah, mainstream stuff. Yeah, he's part of the Matrix. He's an agent of the Matrix, of the Chomo stand Matrix. This channel is very like elite. I think we have to charge maybe $500 a month at least, because it's very exclusive. We can't I mean, it's like, might as well charge a lot, because it's a limited audience anyway. So all right, these are things to figure out.
Yeah.
All right, Baron.
All right.
It was a pleasure to have you on. And oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a review. Hang on a second. Let me do a review. We got another Baron. While we have it, let's do a review of Baron von Noob. He sent me. Hang on a second. He sent me his thing. He gave me an email and I haven't opened it. I mean, I opened the email, but I haven't gotten around to the review because, he only has 2 watches. And what am I going to talk about? Hang on a second.
Okay, so when last time he was on, I think he said he bought he bought a 2-tone vintage Longines. Is that correct?
Yeah. By the way, let's pop it in. The guy writes incredible English.
Oh yeah, the Europeans from native English speaking countries, they have amazing English.
No, look. This is the letter. Look at this. Why don't you read the letter? Will you read the letter? Look at this.
Okay, it's on the phone and it's super small.
Oh, you can't see it? Wait. Can you see it?
All right, can you make it a little bit bigger? I can see it, but it's small.
How do I make it? Hang on. How do I make it bigger? Wait. I do. Wait. How do I make it bigger? I can't make big. Okay, fuck. How do I make this bigger? Okay, how about this? Okay, I'll make it. Can you read it now?
Yeah, okay. Good morning, Colonel. I know you asked for pictures of my latest full gold Longines purchased. You have to scroll.
Keep going.
All right, but I can do you one better. All right. I decided to write up a summation and testimonial of my collecting journey. Tomato can talk, I know. And how becoming a member of your channel has transformed my collection.
Transformed. That's a big word. Transformed. That's what this channel is all about. Transformation.
That's right. Like any new enthusiast, I started in 2023. I bought stainless steel watches like a peasant. I bought some Tag Heuers before in the boutique in Amsterdam, but I sold those off to keep my collection focused and clean. Now I only have 3 watches. Up until the point that I found your channel, my nicest watch was a titanium Tudor Pelagos FXD. Picture 1.
Wait, picture 1. Let's go to picture 1.
Okay.
Picture 1. Which is this? This is it.
Yeah, on the left. Yep. I mean, it makes sense that he has that since he's a professional diver.
Oh, is he?
All right. I thought that was right.
He did say he went diving in some exotic places, like legitimate diving, like in the Red Sea or something.
So it's either it's his profession or he's like a serious enthusiast.
No, he's an enthusiast. No, he's not a professional. He's like a computer guy. No, this is as a hobby he does this. Yeah. As a hobby. Hang on. So okay, here we go. Up to okay, there we go. Keep going.
Okay. A fixed lug NATO diver that is a perfect tool watch, but nothing more than that. I have all kinds of straps for that watch, from rubber to NATO to leather. My next purchase at the Amsterdam Tag Heuer boutique was the 44mm two-tone rose gold Carrera chrono on alligator strap with a deploying clasp, of course. Pictures 2 and was it
5?
3? 5. Okay. I got a nice 10% discount on that watch, which I think that's I think they could do better. Well, I don't know what they can do in Europe, but I think in the US they can do better than 10%. All right, continue. Okay, I got a nice 10% discount on that watch. Since most people who buy watches are peasant steel collectors, I have since then bought some nice rubber straps for it with deploying clasp.
Oh, rubber. Oh, one of which is white. Oh, that's good.
Of course, one which is white, like you recommended. All right.
Wait, let's go to the watch. Let's go. The watch is actually a good-looking watch. I mean, like, I'm not a Tag Heuer fan, but look at this watch. Hang on a second. This guy takes good pictures. Look at this.
Yeah, he does.
It's like a ceramic. You know, the rose gold and the black is actually very. It's a good color and the white. It's a beautiful color combination.
Yeah,
the white on the rose gold, the whole thing. It's got a date window. It's a ceramic. You know, I mean, like, it's basically a Daytona but better. Let's see here. I mean, listen, if it's I think if you put that like on a rubber strap, like a white rubber strap, it looks like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only problem is it's a fucking Carrera. You have to explain it.
Yeah, and it's a little on the big side.
Is it on the big side? No.
I think he said it's a 44mm, right?
Oh,
he just said that, and
I think he's got a big wrist. What is it? What pictures does he say? Oh, 40. It is a big, huge 44mm. Holy shit! Yeah. Wow. Okay, but this is the important part. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. The watch already made me feel like $1 million. All right.
That's the most important part. That's the whole point of the watch. Is buying a watch. Is that's the feeling you get from it.
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
You feel good. You perform better. Your life can change.
Yeah. Women actually like it a lot because of the color. All right.
He's got laid. Translation, he's got laid.
Yeah. One of the women I briefly dated, that's right, said she liked it a lot more than peasant steel.
There you go.
Watches on a steel bracelet. All right. The wonderful staff at the Tag Heuer boutique actually invited me and my brother to attend the Saturday at Formula One at
Zandvoort. You don't know where that Zandvoort is? You Google it.
Yeah. All right. Zandvoort last year, all expenses paid. Oh, he got his money's worth. He bought one Carrera, and he got to attend a Formula One event. No,
But wait, there's more.
Okay, yeah, all expense paid. Yeah, including VIP transport. Oh, he basically got that watch for free. Okay, the last two pictures are of that day. Notice how we look down upon the peasant masses from the grandstand in the last picture. 8 and 9. Okay,
this is it. He's over here. He's got the high. You see, he's all the way up, and you got Juan and Kino down there stealing hubcaps from the cars. They're in the paddock, trying to get trying to pick up some stray hubcaps.
Yeah,
look at that. So he's all the way up. I think he's got covered. He's got covered overhead. The peasants are all exposed to the elements. You see that?
Yeah.
The peasants are, they could be getting sunbaked and rained on. This is it. Look at that. Wow. That's pretty nice. Look at this.
Yeah.
See, this is the VIP. Whoa. So Tag Heuer had one of these like little things here. You see that? The little balcony type of deal?
Yeah.
That's a nice thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Yeah.
It's worth it because basically, listen, the reality is, I mean, he's going to remember this for the rest of his life, him and his brother. This thing. the guy's wearing the watch. He's got the VIP treatment. He's got the hookers in the back. He's got the champagne room going. You know, that's a good deal. That's probably worth a couple of grand in itself.
Yeah.
More than a couple of grand. Let's see. Formula One is expensive, no?
I'm sorry, what's expensive?
Formula One.
Okay, so what I heard was that Formula One events in Europe are actually like pretty reasonably priced. It's I guess since he got in the private area, that's a separate story. Those are probably So he absolutely, because he got 2 tickets for him and his brother. He 100% got his money back. Like he made money on that from buying that watch.
So let's see. Okay, then keep going. Okay, so
I bought this watch at the Amsterdam Watch. Could you make it a little bit bigger, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. This brings me to my last purchase, or latest, I guess.
Okay, yeah. All right, this brings me to my last purchase: a yellow gold 18-karat 35 millimeter Longines flagship from 1966, pictures 6 and 7. I bought this watch at the Amsterdam Watch Co., not to be confused with the Amsterdam Vintage Watches run by Van Gogh. Notice the sailing ship on the case back, an important part of Dutch history. Yeah. It comes with a nice lizard leather strap.
Okay, let's take a look. Look. There we go. Okay, so this is the back. Hang on a second. Wait. He's got, I like when they do like something on the back. That's actually cool when they put something on the back. Like Omega's got that observatory, which is interesting. I never thought about. Omega's got the observatory, and Longines was doing these sailing ships. I don't know what they had to do with sailing, but do you know what they had to do with sailing? This is the watch.
Yeah, no idea.
Now, what is this? Is this 18 karat gold, or what is this?
He said 18 karat gold. It's 35 millimeters. It looks good on wrist. It looks good. Blizzard strap.
Got the baby diamonds. So so I would say, so first of all, he's got to get rid of that strap. That's like an old man strap. That lizard is like very 80s. It's got that 80s vibe. He's got to get because it's an old watch. It's a vintage watch, basically, right? So basically, he needs to get something to make it more youthful for the youths, Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking you can like a suede, like that strap I got for like $100 from that guy. What's his name? I mean, they go for like $100. Like from who the hell sells them? It's there's a company in Singapore or in Hong Kong, I think, that does really good ones, and they ship it to you. You know what the name of it is? I think we talked about them.
I don't recall. I know there's like a couple of companies in Vietnam, I think, that also do custom straps for
really, Vietnam. You don't even need a custom. It doesn't have to be custom. It's just a regular, whatever, normal wrist, like whatever it is. He's got like a bigger wrist. I don't know what it is, but it's like a normal. He's wearing a normal strap, right? Like it's just a standard strap.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So Colonel, for his Longines, right, and for his gold Longines with the champagne dial, what color suede strap do you think you should go with? Like an orange, maybe, or?
I think it has to be something like where it looks like intentional, like, okay, like, hey, I'm specifically wearing this watch, like, okay, and the strap, it has to be almost like a fashion statement, you know what I mean? Like, because otherwise people can think, hey, this is your grandfather's watch, right? Like, unless you have that strap. I think it needs that, like, I would say something classic, because again, this guy is Dutch, right? The Dutch are very conservative, they're not like, they're very conservative, right? So, they wear wooden shoes. So I think like a taupe, light beige, whatever it is, light cream sand color strap, suede type of thing, and it's just very elegant. That's simple, very simple, very simple. You don't want something too, whatever. I would go with that, because that also, it makes the watch more, I think it makes it more casual.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah.
Well, I should say not even more casual, but makes it more versatile.
Yeah.
Because this right now, it's like a dress. Right now with that lizard, it's like a dress watch. It's like your grandfather's dress watch.
Yeah.
You put on the strap, the suede, then it's like, okay, you're making a fashion statement. Okay, like I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah. So my only thing is, I think the guy should have gone with like a Patek and you know, or like a Rolex chronograph, and like spent a little bit more money, like a little bit, you know, it's a couple bucks more.
Yeah, I agree. He should have saved up a little bit and gone
or
for
even Vacheron, because you know, Baron, one of our other barons. So what's his name, Baron? But Baron Bohm bought the Vacheron, beautiful Vacheron, for like $6,000 on eBay. 5 or 6 grand. No, beautiful 1950s with a guilloche dog. I mean, it was a fucking beautiful watch for like about $6,000, maybe 6,500. Even you can still get a day date head only. I haven't checked it recently, but they got down into the, like, you know, high sevens, like 7,500 or so US. Maybe $8,000. I think you can still get them for $8,000. I think you'd be better off with that. I think you'd be, because how much did he say how much he paid for the I think he paid a couple of grand.
No, I don't, because he didn't say in the email, but I do recall from previous calls with him, he said that it was a little more difficult for him to acquire gold watches in the Netherlands just because of their tax system, like their consumption tax, their VAT.
Oh.
So it dramatically increases the prices for the watches for him.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to hop on a plane to like. You should go to Japan.
Yeah,
good prices.
Should, yeah.
Or Hunkers. Yeah, I mean, there's amazing deals on watches in Hunkers.
Yeah.
And in Japan, he can get some lady boys also there while he's there.
That's right.
With the Archie, you know, So the only, I mean, you know, here's the thing with Longines. When this watch was made, Longines was like in the top. Where were they? They were like a top watch company at that time.
They were like, I think they were basically like the Rolex of like what Rolex is today. Longines was back then.
Yeah, they were up there. They were like, you know, they were in the what people consider as a, you know, a high-end watch.
Yeah.
You know who is into Longines is what's his name? I think Bruce Lee has a Longines. He was talking about this. You know, and also was a Ronnie Mamdani. I think he's into, you know, the early, like 1950s and earlier. I think it was in that time. Like that was like, so this is like right as Longines is kind of like, you know, they've passed their peak in 1966. They've kind of, maybe they're like coasting basically. By the 60s, they're already coasting, like, you know, on they're kind of coasting on their previous glory, you know. But no, I mean, it's a you know, respectable watch. So okay, so keep reading. Let's see.
Okay, where were we? Okay, notice how my taste and life in general improved after I became a member of the channel. Gold watches, women, better financial health. It will all come to you when you become an aristocrat. And if you are a serious collector, not me, become a marquee level member. So the Colonel can guide you on the right path to horological excellence. With regards, Baron von Noob.
I'm gonna scoot it. I'm gonna scoot it. You know what I'm gonna scoot it is?
Oh, the birthplace of Piet. Oh, Mondrian. Who's that?
You don't know who Mondrian is? You Google it. No, Mondrian. You've seen his paintings. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up. He's very famous for those geometrical. I'd call it minimalist geometric. Hang on, images. Hang on. You've seen this.
Yes.
That's where this guy's from.
Oh.
You know, it's interesting. You wouldn't think of a Dutchman making this type of painting, right? You'd think like it would be dark.
Yeah.
You know, like Rembrandt. No, this is like very, you know, look at this. It's like very ahead of its time. Very, you know, I mean, not just ahead of its time. It's way ahead of its time.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like, it's like some kind of like sometime between the 60s and the 80s.
No. What was he doing? He was doing the 1950. Oh, no, if I'm not mistaken, was it 1950? I don't even pay attention. It was like 1915, I think. Hold on a second. What was it? What was his background? Piet Mondrian. I think he did that in 1920s. Oh, no, was it in 20s? Shit. Born in Amersfoort in 1872. 1872. So wow. So this painting, this was 1922. Yeah, this was done in 1922. As I said, can you imagine how far ahead of its time this was? I mean, this is like you're talking about like when people saw this, and then you have to understand, 1922, people were still looking at Rembrandt paintings. That there were still, I mean, Picasso was just getting his, he was still wet behind the ears. Yeah, you had what's his name, the Cubist guys, were they just getting started? I mean, like it was all the stuff was still very, very like this type of thing, to do this type of like just geometry, like people. They thought this guy was like, what the fuck is this? This guy's like coming from a spaceship. Anyway, this sold $47 million. Look at that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, you know who owned this? This was the guy from Barnes and Nobles, Leonard Riggio. It's from his collection. Do you ever shop at Barnes and Nobles?
Not in like the past 15 years.
Right. Well, you know what's interesting is they're actually making a big comeback. They've actually figured out they're actually growing now.
That is surprising. Like, how are they, I guess, driving traffic to the bookstores? That
I think what happened is they made it more. I don't understand. I don't know. People are like I don't know. They go in there. It's more of like they pick books. It's the books are being picked by the store manager for like people. People still read books, right? Basically they put everybody out of business, so they're the only game in town. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Like for example, in Vegas, I'm in Vegas. There is one. I mean, you realize nobody reads here, but there's one Barnes and Noble bookstore, and there's no other bookstores here. So how many places are there like Vegas in America? That's like 90% of America is like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only game in town, and I think they sell a lot of children's books also, like that type of stuff or whatever.
All right, that makes sense.
I actually, it's funny. I haven't been. I've popped in there a couple of times. Like I haven't. Look, the books I'm interested in, they don't really sell. So like, I mean, like I don't. What am I going to go there for? But it's like, the one thing is, I miss like magazines. I remember there used to be all these great magazine stores in New York, right? That all these great, like all these like magazines from all over the world, like different stuff, and it was amazing. And those stores don't exist anymore in New York. They don't exist anywhere else. I mean, I think there's a few. I think in LA, I actually came across a place in LA in Pasadena. There's a bookstore in Pasadena which is like really good. It's like a very cool bookstore. And I think, they have like, I mean, but, Pasadena is like there's a lot of intelligent people in Pasadena. It's kind of like a weird outlier in the LA area. Excuse me. So they get, that's a real outlier in Southern California. I think Pasadena is probably like the only place like you have intelligent people in Southern California. Like you may have, like you have intellectuals, I would say, right? Like, I mean, you have intelligent people, like for example, in like La Jolla down there, because there's a lot of like biotech companies, a lot of technology companies in that area.
Yeah,
it's San Diego area, and that's it. I mean, Newport Beach area, you may have some, I mean, smart people, but they're not really intellectuals. I mean, like they're very wealthy, but they're not really like intellectuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I guess cultured. Would that work?
Yeah, I would say, but actually cultured. I would say the only place in Southern California that's cultured, I would say Pasadena. Yeah, that's the only. Have you ever been to Pasadena?
No, I have not.
No. You should go there. A lot of Asians from they love what's that place called? Oh shit! It's next to Pasadena. It's we're near the racetrack. The horse. It's Arcadia. Arcadia.
Yes, I have been to Arcadia. I think there's a Din Tai Fung there.
No, Arcadia. Listen, Arcadia is like the for the Chinese. I think that's the golden. That's like the Holy Land or something. No, it's like Arcadia is like considered like you that's like the Beverly Hills. I mean, they know about it in China. They come from China to Arcadia. No, seriously, that's like a big thing. Arcadia is like a big, But no, if you go there, you meet a lot of like Asian girls in. I mean, Chinese Asian, not Koreans. So it's in. By the way, what that Din Tai Fung or whatever it's called is that the famous place that they opened in Arcadia? Right? They started in Arcadia. Is that the one? It's from Taiwan or something.
Yeah. For that was one of their first U.S. locations. I think it might have been. If it's not the first, it's probably like maybe the second.
And what do they make? What do they do there? What's the famous dish? Like the
the soup dumplings.
And it's like, what is it so good about that? Like, suppose like this is like people like this Din Tai Fung is like. I think they opened one in Manhattan, which is like gone crazy, right?
Yeah, it's they're good. They're not like amazing, but I guess for a lot of people, that's kind of like the first time having something like that. So, have you had soup dumplings before or no?
I think I have the Russian version, which I'm sure is the same thing as the Chinese version.
Yeah,
it's basically. Some like meat in like a little thing of, I guess, dough or something, and it becomes like a.
Yeah. So I have had Russian dumplings. Actually, I have a package in my freezer right now. It's I forget what it's called. It begins with a P. Those are like. I'm sorry.
There's like the Jewish version, which is the same thing. It's like an Eastern Europe. It's called kreplach. And it's like meat. It's like minced ground meat inside of it.
Yep.
Inside of the dumpling.
Yeah, it's like a dough wrapper. Yeah. So the thing that makes the I guess their particular style I guess different is that the normally the dough skin outside it's really thin, and they have like they actually put some kind of, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's kind of like they inject more like a reduced maybe stock in there or something, so that it's like there's a lot of juice in there when you bite into it.
Oh, okay. Now, so I think the kreplach, they're more like elongated, whereas the Chinese dumplings are more round, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are some Chinese places that have the like long ones too.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I think what separates, what's more of a differentiator is just kind of like how they prepare the meat that goes inside.
Okay. Interesting. So wait, you're very into the food. Why? How come you didn't go into the restaurant business? I mean, you're very into the.
Yeah, because there's no money in food. I mean, if you're going to make money, you have to be basically like the top 1%, and the hours are terrible, and you're working like when everyone else is off. So this is
right.
It's not.
You know what? I realize. The problem I've had in Vegas is like all these women out here, like you find they're all like working in the service, and they're all have these weird hours. It's all weird, like whatever, and like I don't. What is the deal with all these people in these chefs? Why do they all have the tattoos now on their arm? Like, what is that? Is it like a whole thing now? It's like become like what is that? I don't. They never had that like 20 years ago. Like, why is every one of these guys, they all have like the tattoos now?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's also like, since when you're a chef, you're kind of working in the kitchen, and no one, like the customers don't really see you. So having tattoos doesn't really like stop you from getting employment.
No, it's not about that. No. I think it's almost like you have to have tattoos now to be a chef. It's kind of like it's part of like the uniform. No, seriously, I think it's part of like the uniform.
Yeah, I think also like tattoos are more like, I don't know how to say, more like it's like it's kind of like I would say more creative people get tattoos. I mean, there's other people that get tattoos for different reasons as well, but it seems like, like the creative people are like kind of more likely to have tattoos in my experience.
Why did they listen? There were this guy from Amersfoort, Piet Mondrian, didn't have tattoos. Okay, and he was doing. I mean, nobody had tattoos like until like all of a sudden like everybody started doing this like in the last like it went like bigly in the last probably what like it's been happening over the last like 30 years, but like in the last 20 years it like accelerated like in a crazy.
Because also it was like the social stigma of having a tattoo was, over time becoming less and less.
Yeah, but the problem with tattoos now is it's like, first you're stuck with it, and people have like most people have very bad taste, and they have these random.
I agree. I agree.
Like you got this JJ Bukiak, right? JJ Bukiak. You ever see the tattoos he's got? These.
No.
he's got these like flames, one of these like whatever like basic bitch tattoo stuff you get. Like I don't know. Listen, I think the only people who should have tattoos is either you're in the Yakuza, okay, you're in a gang like MS-13 or something, like a real gang. You've been in prison. You're in the military, okay?
Yep.
Like especially a sailor. I think the sailors got him in case like they drowned or something to be identify the body, or like the guy got blown up.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
They didn't know which part of him it is. So or it's a thing. You're a sailor. You went to like I don't know these different ports. You get to you're on a ship for 3 months with a bunch of guys. You get at the port. You go to the local whorehouse. You get the tattoos. You get drunk. That's part of the thing, right? Like that's the tradition. That's a respectable thing to have a tattoo if you're a sailor. But I mean, all these kids, they're in Portland. They're all from like these middle class families. They all go to school, to whatever Wesleyan college, and now you're getting fucking tattoos. I mean, what is that all about? I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably insulted all your friends. So it's very, and I think with the chefs, it's become like this whole I'm a real chef. Like, I think a lot of these guys, they take it like, there's a lot of, there's, by the way, the whole thing with like the whole chef thing becoming like a big thing started with, I think, the food TV channels and all that in the last like 20 years, right? That's when it became like a cultural thing. And now you have all these like wannabes, these guys, they think they're like whatever. And, they open restaurants and they, like, it's funny. It's, like I've seen this like in, like I've seen this in Vegas, like it's going to be a shit restaurant if it says like whatever XYZ by chef, Bob Smith, chef. Like what the fuck, chef Bob? Like if you need to see, like that's a little bit too trying hard. You know what I mean? Like chef.
Yeah.
I got to tell everybody I'm a chef. Like oh my chef. No, I mean I'm a fucking chef. I mean like it's not it's not that difficult making food. It's not that complicated. People have been doing it for thousands of years. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of bad and mediocre. There's a lot of mediocrity in.
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely, yeah.
And these guys take themselves very seriously. They they got the tattoos, then they have the facial, they got the mustache or something. They got to have the whole look. The whole Instagram chef look.
Yeah.
And the food has too much salt, or it's got something in it that's fucked up, and it's like art. It's like art. Like there's a lot of very bad artists. There's like millions and millions of bad artists, professional artists who are very, very bad. Millions. They're horrible.
Yeah. And they don't make any money.
Excuse me. Anyway, Piet Mondrian did this in 1922. I mean, this was a shock. Oh, anyway, so back to Leonard Riggio. So the guy started Barnes and Nobles.
Mm-hmm.
He started, I think he bought like a used bookstore, or I think they were doing college books. I remember, I think the original Barnes and Nobles was on Fifth Avenue and like 18th Street or something. I remember shopping there, like, in the late 80s. I was a kid, going there. They had all these great books. It was all like random stuff. They had good deals. It was amazing. I mean, I love that place. And then they went corporate. But he started with that one store, this guy. With that one store, the guy became a billionaire. And he died. Leonard Louis Regio collection. Hang on, let's see. Okay, this is the Leonard. Oh, let's pull this up. Is this? This is the collection of his paintings. Holy shit! This is the Leonard collection. How many pieces they have? This is last year. I didn't see this. Holy shit! 271 million. That's not bad. That's one guy. I had no idea. I had no idea he had such a big collection. He had some serious paint. Okay, so Baltus, this guy's a great painter, Baltus. He's a bit of a pedo vibes guy. He's famous for the paintings of pubescent girls, kind of nude. He'd be canceled today. Anyway, look at this look at the way he did this thing with the silver. That's an amazing. Look at it's got like an old master's art. This is an amazing, amazing painting. I've never seen anything like this. Shit. Wow. Let's go through here real quick. Let's pay some homage to Leonard Regio, Arshil Gorky. Oh, this is the Ryman. This is very similar to what our good friend Todd, what's his name, sold. Todd's painting was better, but this was so $6 million.
$6 million. Wow.
For this painting. I don't understand this. This Ryman guy is basically like, this guy is basically, this is how big the painting is. It's tiny. You see, compared to the girl?
Yeah.
So this Ryman guy, I never understood this Ryman guy. This is done in 1960s, okay, blah, blah, blah. And it was done in the 1960s. And, he's like a minimalist. This guy is the equivalent of that Philippe Dufour, Really, he's like, it's like an inside joke. Like, I can see it's got like a vibe. It has like whatever. Okay. Anyway, let's see what else he's got. Let's see what name my. This is Giacometti. Wow, shit. Let's go through here. Oh, there's the Mondrian. $47 million. Oh, this is what I mean. This is so this tomato can, Agnes Martin. Again, this is one of these like minimalist concept artists. Like, I don't know, I don't get this. This is $5 million. I never, there's people who explain, like, I don't understand. This is what this Agnes, I think it's a woman, right? Agnes Martin. It's a man. I never understood this Agnes Martin shit. Hang on a second. Let's see, how big is this? Okay, this is, okay, so there you go. There you go. So this Agnes Martin is kind of like, again, it's like the Recepi. It's like the Recepi. Same idea. It's boring as shit. It's a concept. You got to explain to somebody like what you're looking at. Even this Yves Klein, like, okay, at least you understand it. It's like a very vibrant blue. You see this texture, like, okay, I get it. It's a crazy thing. It's it's a whole thing. It's you really notice it. It's like you really feel that thing. Because the texture, the blue, okay, it's a little bit expensive. It's, $2 million, but okay. Anyway, he's got the William de Kooning. Okay, I get that. Max Ernst. Let's go. Wow. Is this a drawing? Holy shit! No, it's a painting. It's oil. Okay, this is like is unfinished. Picasso is it? Wait, what is it? Literature, lot essay. It's kind of a minimalist. Okay. Yeah, this is very unusual. I think this is is this finished or unfinished? I don't know. I'm too lazy to read the description here, but but anyway, that's the thing there. Hang on, let's see the rest of the Regio collection. Man, this guy's all over the map. Oh, he's got this Robert Rauschenberg crap. You know, I had something. This is like impossible to sell. This stuff. This Robert Rauschenberg, these like hangings. Fuck this. Hey, you basically you can't give it away. Let's see what else he's got. Oh, this is your man.
Mao. How much did that go for? 4.5 million to 6.5.
4.6 million. Yeah. That's what the back looks like. This is. Man, look at it. It's mint condition. Like literally, this thing is 50 years old. It's in mint condition. Oh shit. This is stamp Andy. I think Andy Warhol did this, but he didn't even saw it. It was stamped by the estate. Yeah, this is like something he probably like half finished, and he had like a bunch of them lying around, and they never sold while he was alive. Can you imagine that? And now like this was like stuff in a warehouse. He had like literally thousands of these paintings, like which he made too many of, and they were just waiting. And it was only after he died that the estate sold them. He's got Rouchet. He's got who's this guy? Kerry James. I don't even know this guy. Horological 1993. Wow. I think this is like a black artist. I never heard of this guy, Kerry James Mark. I don't know. Wow, look at this. So this painting here, this is a small painting. Kerry James, this guy's still alive. Born 1953. So this was done in the 90s. This painting was done in the 90s. It probably sold for 10 grand. It probably sold for 10 grand. And now it's ascended. It's ascended to $2.5 million. All
right, so if that guy's still alive, I wonder if he's still making art and what his art now looks like.
It's probably the same. I never heard of this guy. Kerry, let me pull this guy. I never heard of this guy. He may have just ascended recently. Hang on. This is, yeah. It's like black artist. He does like this is what he does. He does like I mean the guy's good. This guy's very good. I never heard of him. Like I never heard of him. I think he may have a bunch of these guys all of a sudden got very hot in the last, I don't know, 10 years. 15 years. I can't pull up the hang on a second. Let me see. Let's pull this up. Let's go. Let's go to the database. Thanks to Amir Altani, we can look up, see what this Kerry James Marshall guy is going for. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. Let's go through Kerry James Marshall. Okay. Where's it? Hang on. Oh, let's think. Oh, they look at this. They give you data now. They give you data. So this is what happened. All of a sudden, you see, this is the chart. All of a sudden, like his stuff like went from like nothing, like there was nothing going on. It was look, there's nothing going on. There was like nothing going on. Might have been a few paintings, and all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
Volume 32 million. I mean, number of lots sold 14, 5 at 2. Yeah, I mean, it was going for 10 grand. What I never heard of this guy. And I've sold a bunch of black arts, and there's a bunch of these guys that were painting. They were kind of fell under the radar. That's where I think the opportunity is. I did this guy. I don't know. I missed the boat on him. I missed the boat. Okay, let's pull this up. Let's look at this Kerry. So 54 paintings have been through auction. There was one that passed 2 to 3 million, $1.5 million. So $1.5 million. This guy sold for $2 million. This is $3 million. It's okay. Let's see. When did he become big? All of a sudden, in 2020. Okay, so 2019. Let's go all the way back. 2016. Okay, so in 20. Okay, so let's say 20. Okay, so 20. Keeping the culture. So 2010. Okay, so 2010 it was like the market was in a bad state, and this sold for 220 grand. And this is 30 by 48, right? What year is this painting? Oh, it's a 20. Wait, the painting is from 2010. Excuse me, the painting is from 2010. It's a fresh painting. So okay, so he must have had a market. He must have had like already a market in his whatever.
Yeah.
People were. I mean, I'm sure you're bored with this. I'm going to go through it real quick. I just find this fascinating.
Yeah. No, he's kind of following that someone's going to pay like $250,000 for his art. That's pretty good.
Okay, so 2006. This is a painting from 1992. So the same period, like the one that just sold for $2.5 million.
Uh-huh.
You could have gotten this for 90 grand in 2006. By the way, that was a lot of money for this guy. That would have been considered a lot of money for this guy. I never heard of this guy.
Yeah,
that would have been considered all the money in the world for this Kerry Marshall guy in 2006, 20 years ago. Because people were not really collecting black art back then.
Yeah.
The 90 grand. And so basically, if you would have paid 90 grand for this, you would have made 200 times your money today.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, I mean, because if you're looking at this and be like, I don't know if this is worth 90K. Right? It's kind of weird,
No, but all the stuff is weird. No, it's actually there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing going on. But still, that was a lot of money. There was a lot of money for basically a contemporary guy, a living artist. I mean,
yeah.
Again, there's a lot of these contemporary guys I don't follow. I don't know what these guys are doing. That's a big move. That's a 200x move, 200 times.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any watches that went up 200x. There was a bunch of guys doing this type of thing, like in whatever in that period in 94. Okay, no, actually, no, I'm sorry. No, this was a little bit early. It was like a weird. It's like a whole thing. It's anyway. This is 80. This today would be probably you know, $1.5 million, $2 million also. 80. It was 80 grand in 2006. By the way, you got to realize a lot. There's for every one of these guys that was 80 grand in 2006, contemporary guys of that, 90% of them dropped or are stagnant or whatever. So this is like a, you know, this guy's in the top 1%. Man, and his style changed dramatically. This guy like went a completely different direction. I mean, this guy knows how to paint. He's like a talented guy. I know those paintings, they look kind of like goofy or whatever. They're like supposed to be like very simplistic. They're not. It's actually very this guy's got a lot going on. This guy's actually pretty sophisticated guy. Would I pay $1.8 million for this? Absolutely not. But holy shit. This thing sold for 18 million bucks.
Huh.
It's 108 inches, so it's like 10 feet by 10 feet.
Okay.
Whatever.
I mean that, but still though, it's well, okay. That's also not. Well, I don't want to say it's not unexpected, but
it probably sold. Okay, if it sold at this Copland Gallery, whatever, it probably sold for you know, I don't know, 100 grand if he was lucky. If he was lucky, it was 100 grand. And this thing ascended to $18 million. All
right. So when artists, when they have a big sale like that, like what's to stop them from making like another? Yeah.
it won't work. You know, you can't. It can't really. This thing is of its time. It's like that was what he was doing then. He's doing new things now. He's moved on. He's ascended to new stuff, like, you know, whatever he's doing. The people want, like, you know, it's yeah, they don't want reissues. They don't buy reissues. That ruins the reputation, basically. That basically means you've run out of ideas. Yeah, I mean, like, it's, yeah, this is pretty crazy. This is big, huge money. I'm shocked. I missed the boat on this guy. Like, I never. Holy shit, that's a big move. That's a huge move. Anyway, yeah. Baron. All right, sorry to distract you with the art maxing here.
No, I don't mind. I like looking at the different art stuff. It's just I don't know, like some of the art is just a little more like weird. I don't really like it that much. But
yeah, I've dealt with there's one black artist I sold. I forgot the guy's name. He was an LA artist also, 1960s, and it was a weird painting like this. It was all like these weird. It was like a dark painting. It was like the colors are horrible. It was like this weird green. And I mean, I bought it. I bought it because I thought, shit, this guy is like an important artist. Well, I mean, not like important, but it was like, you know, important in terms of that period, whatever. Anyway, I think I bought it for like, I don't know, 600 or 800 bucks. I sold it for like, you know, $5 grand. I thought it was a genius, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I sold it in 2016 because it was right then. It was like a lot of these black artists from the 60s of that period, they were starting to come up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of museums, you know, there's a whole political correct thing. You know, all these museums are trying to, you know, be what do you call it? Inclusive.
Yeah.
Diversity, equity, the whole thing, right? So what they started doing is they started buying big into black artists, women artists. Women artists have ascended. Guys like that. Interestingly, not Asian artists so much. So there's discrimination, right? I mean, there is, right? Like, can you imagine that? There's I'm wrong. There's actually Asian artists were overlooked. Like, I'm talking about Americans, like Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese Americans. I think there's some Chinese Americans. But yeah, they were basically overlooked. Not as much as the black ones, but like it was, you know, they're pretty much overlooked. And so they started going, but the big money was made in the black artists. The black art went crazy. The women's art also went, the only problem with the black art is, the market really is more or less limited. I mean, you have like, I don't know, because, the subject matter appeals to people who understand the culture, right? Like, I mean, it's like, whatever, like it's, like Filipino art, right? Who buys Filipino art? Filipinos for the most part.
Yeah.
Or because it's relevant to the guy's paint of that thing. So it's like, whatever, it's subject matter, whatever. So I don't know, like you do have, I mean, there's how many, I'm trying to think, how many, because you have to realize so let's say the market for this is 70%. Let's say it's probably 65, 70% black market for this, right? The buyers. So how many is that? You got to have, because to buy a painting for $1 million, you essentially have to be, you need really you got to be like at a billionaire level, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, because, that's not your only painting. You're buying like 10, 20 paintings.
Yeah.
So you got to have a net worth of at least 500 million. How many black 500, $500 million? There's a dozen, 20? I don't know. There's not that many.
Yeah. Okay.
So
But are they individuals buying these, or are they kind of just more like groups? If it's for like a museum or something, or for like a private collection?
I think for this guy, a lot of it is institutional, right? Because museums. But I would say, I don't know. I don't know the real. Maybe it's 70%. I would say 65% individuals, probably.
Okay. Yeah, because I would have figured that it would be something more like, it's these kind of like Fortune 500 companies that kind of just like buy this art for, to put on display in their headquarters or something.
Nah. This is too out there. Like corporations are buying more like, stuff that's more like, like
mainstream.
Yeah. Like not like, simple, like, not like, more like, what's the word? Easy to understand.
Yeah.
Not, they're not buying this stuff. Like maybe this is okay. Wow, look at this. This thing also, look how much this thing ascended. This is not that much different than the one that sold for 18 million. So in 2016, this sold for $1.8 million. And again, it's of that same period. It's huge. $1.8 million. And so 2016, 2 years later, you got something not much different, sold for $18.5 million. It's crazy prices for this guy.
Yeah, but at the same time, maybe it's just the two that we looked at, but it just seems like those are the more, his more vibrant ones are going for bigger sales prices.
No, look at this. In 2011, it's the same period, same thing. It's basically the same period, same subject matter, more or less, whatever. It was 400 grand, which is still a lot of money in 2011. So 400 grand, and from 2011, within 7 years, you're talking about a 20x move in 7 years. That's a big move. I mean, this is crazy. That's a big move. Yeah. Shit. What bothers me, I wasn't paying attention. Like this thing went like right under my nose.
Yeah. Or you know what? You could have been paying attention, and you backed the wrong artist.
No, I never sold this. I'm not buying. First of all, at that period, I wasn't buying stuff at this level. But I could have come across one of these paintings, like somebody had something, like because there's stuff, there's always stuff, floating around.
Yeah,
people don't know what it is or whatever, or like, because this is unbelievable. Yeah, this is like unbelievable. He's got, oh shit, this is actually pretty cool. I mean, it's a little bit like derivative. He's copying some different styles, like a little bit like, like the drip stuff, the whatever. Like, it's an interesting, it's a unique thing, but it's like it's whatever. I mean, it's I don't get the 10 million. I mean, the guy is a good artist. I mean, it's like, these are crazy prices. Crazy prices. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know what the story is. Anyway, that's what's going on. Baron, thank you for joining. Thank you for the contribution to the the thing here.
All right, thank you for having me on, Colonel.
The review.
Yeah,
we'll catch up with you next time. So when are you moving? You're moving imminently.
I don't know. I talked to my boss, like on Wednesday, and then she said, well, she submitted the paperwork, so it's making its way up the chain. So we'll see if they say yes or no.
You're going to be the McDonald's regional manager for Livingston, New Jersey.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
You're going to be running 5. How many McDonald's under your watch?
I don't know. If I'm the regional manager, New Jersey is a very population dense state, so maybe I might have like 15, 20.
Well, listen. Well, congratulations on the sending.
All right. Thank you very much, Colonel.
Ormax. All right. Have a good rest of your weekend here.
You as well. And for the folks, remember to send your request into brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com.
Yeah. If you want to review, but you know what? I'm not doing reviews for free. It's got to be for members, like at the marquee level. It's like, we can't give free reviews for the tomato cans. It's got to be like marquee level or a long-standing member who's been grandfathered, like Baron von Noob and yourself.
All right.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you again.
Great.